And I know Ricky's been practicing because he played me, and Ricky is no slouch on Blitz either.
Oh, he's looking strong.
Definitely.
Nice. Good, good,
Yeah, yeah,
good.
yeah. Definitely one to keep an eye on, man. Ricky is no joke.
All right. Okay, super. All right, all right. If we have Doctor and Noob in here, we can switch this over. Get things rolling.
So
So is
I
this
see.
pick the faction, or is it like
Yeah.
Allied Allied?
No, yeah, because it's best of 3, we're gonna let people pick factions, except for the championship will go back to regular Blitz. It'll be best of 7 with set factions, but all the other games are best of 3. And
Shit.
yeah, I figure I'm just gonna we're just trying to kind of burn through it. So okay, so Noob is here. Balth, yeah, they're all best of 3. The championships will be the championship for the amateur bracket will be best of 5. The championship for the final bracket will be best of 7.
All right, all right. So many people on the chat here. Everyone's excited. Got Path here. Yeah, and you know, 2 paths point. Ivor, nice job on the bracket, man. It looks good. It looks fun.
Dude, Canva's
I
amazing.
love
Can
it.
you believe there's a free tool on the internet? Like it's amazing. Look at this beautiful thing. Canva, it's like how do you do anything without Canva? All right, Doctor's in here. All right, so we're gonna kick to Sheriff. Noob's in here. Okay, all right. Now let's switch over the layers. Switch over the layers. We'll get this going.
So Asan is an actual doctor. Dr. Cortex in the chat. We actually hung out with him, me and Frank, in voice chat and played with him right before we joined you, Ivor. And also, the dude has been practicing. He knows the map. He watches your streams religiously, and it should be a
Nice.
fun matchup.
Nice. Yeah, that's it's always fun. It's always fun when the players know what they're doing a little bit. Always adds to it. So I'm glad to hear that. Yeah.
Oh, and look at that move, Ivor, in the chat. Dr. Cortex giving himself
He
the
gives
lucky
himself the lucky
unicorn.
unicorn. Wow. You know what? There's no rule against it, so I can't. I mean, there's no. Certainly, there will be a rule next time because it's so incredibly unbalanced to do something like that. But for the time being, it is allowed.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
There's a difference in philosophy here. One's going Soviets and one's going Allies here. A little disagreement right off the bat.
Yeah, I like that. That always adds to it. I figure, usually in the past, originally, even with traditional Red Alert 2, I was a big fan of set factions and stuff just to make people mix things up to try to get away from Soviet versus Soviet. But in Blitz, there's really nothing to be said that Soviet's any stronger. I think realistically, as the meta's developed more on some of these newer maps since Almo, I think Allied has maybe more of an advantage.
Yeah, I'm putting my bets on the Allied in this one, boys. Man, that paradrap is nasty.
Yeah, the paradrop absolutely gets it done. Okay, all right. Noob, out of South Africa. Doctor out of Pakistan. We got 0-0. We got it set. All right, we're getting it going. Oh my goodness gracious.
Let's do it, boys. Let's do it. I'm excited. So all of these are going to be speed round. It's going to be a best of 3, and we'll go from there into the qualifying bracket.
Yep.
The other qualifying bracket.
The other qualify. Exactly. All right, I'm smashing the intro. Frank, don't say anything hilarious. I don't want to miss it.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another round of the Blitz World Series.
Okay, all right. So, we have the very first round of the $15 amateur qualifier Blitz tournament on Big Little Lake. We have the players not in their right colors. We were so close, Snark. We were so close. All right, so we got Noob in blue in the top left out of South Africa. We got Doctor in red in the bottom right out of Pakistan. I have their colors wrong right now. I'll switch them after this point. So again, this is the noob, kind of the noob bracket. It's kind of more of the amateur players, at least as far as Blitz is concerned. So there's 4 players in this bracket. It is best of 3. We're going to be moving super, super quick. Players pick their own factions. Winner of the 4-person bracket gets $15, moves on to the $40 bracket, which starts right after this. All right, Snark, Frank, who are we feeling here, noob or doctor? What are we feeling?
Ashan is already 2 oils ahead right now. He's working on his War Factory right now. He's gonna be sending rhinos to Noob's base in short order. Okay, so Noob's now on War Factory with 1 oil, and Ashan's on a War Factory with 3 oils. So this is already starting to look quite good after the opening.
Yep, and Noob, Noob looking super strong. Or wait, colors.
Hassan, the doctor, yeah.
Yeah, Doctor looking super strong here. Obviously, playing the map, he's got that nice stretch up to the top plateau. I think that's what we're going to see from most players. Now, in most situations, you'll stop on the plateau. In this case, he's just going to go right in.
Here he comes.
Okay, so that one went quick.
Yeah, but don't forget, guys, the excitement level will be linear in this situation. As the more we progress, the more pro the players become. To the higher brackets we go, and maybe this first game won't be as exciting as we eliminate the noobs.
Yep.
But it's gonna get crazy. It's gonna get crazy.
Yep, we'll slowly, yep, just like a good movie, we're gonna slowly build into a climax here. Noob, unfortunately, maybe didn't get the reps in with the right people. Little too much SimCity, not enough tanks. But you know what? Hanging and banging. He's stepped up to the plate. There's something to be said for that. But he's gonna need a serious strategy readjustment here for game 2 if if he wants to slow him down.
Indeed. So that was game number 1. We will put Hassan as yellow and Noob as red now.
Okay.
And,
yeah.
So we should call him Doctor, right? So that we don't.
Yeah. Does that work? I mean,
I
I guess I know less than you guys, but I had him down as Doctor. But we can always switch that if
well,
you.
his name is Hassan, and he is a doctor. He is actually a doctor. He is a certified doctor.
Doctor's cooler. We need nicknames. You know what I mean? Like we need cool. People don't go by their real names. You know what I mean? Snark.
All right. Fair point. Fair point. So that was game number 1, and it is a best of 3. So Doctor only needs 1 more game to move on to face the winner of Super versus the Sheriff.
Yep. And speaking of that, I wonder how. Okay. Oh, Noob taking a second to collect himself. Okay, I like that. All right, guys. And if Super is not ready to rock here, I'm gonna send him a message. If Super isn't ready to rock, we need another inexperienced noob to step up to the plate and play the Sheriff.
I can hop in. I got it. Sure, I can hop in.
Yeah, we can get Frank in.
No, Frank, you're not going to be in the $15 amateur qualifier, Frank.
I would definitely say that Frank is a $15 qualifier of qualifier amateur.
Sounds reasonable.
New to sheriff. I didn't mean it like that, buddy. I meant the blitz. I meant a blitz noob is what I meant. I don't want to personally feel like I'm attacking you, to sheriff. I respect your skill set.
So, Frank, talk to us strategy. What would you say is the best build here? Do you stretch? Do you camp? Like, what do you do on this map?
Oh, I feel like you gotta respect these cliffs. They're very dangerous. You have to keep them in mind at all times. I feel like overcommitting to a base walk might not be the best idea on this map. That's my impression right now, anyways, because I feel like there's these. I feel like it can be prevented. Maybe a prism tower walk could work, but at the moment, I think the best strategy on this map is to get the right amount of oils. I don't know how many it is, but to actually go straight to Battle Lab on 1 War Factory.
As Allied or Soviet?
As okay, so I guess in Soviet versus Soviet, I think that it's one War Factory, like 5 oils, straight to lab. Allied versus Soviet, that's a little more tricky. You have to get the radar out early-ish to counter the GIs. The GIs are just so menacing. And you're going to have to structure your base so that you can deal with the Eagles as well. I feel like the tables have turned in Blitz. I feel like the Allies are the one calling the shots
Yep.
in Blitz mode these days, which is nice to see because, you know, all these years we've seen the Soviets. Although I must say, Noob is doing a lot better this game here. He's much faster with his build. He has an eco. He's got some tanks on the field, but Sean has complete map control, right? We see him on the north and south, kind of stretching. The sentry guns are well placed, already preparing for these potential power drops.
Yep, and threatening a back door here, and now you see the danger of these cliffs, and you also see the fact that a feeling that building into your corner is safe is an absolute fallacy. These back doors have been created to prevent turtling, encourage exciting games, and allow people to backdoor you exactly like Doctor just did. So take notes for you guys playing in the tournament. That's what those back doors are for, and Doctor going to take this one home decisively. Lloyd, why don't you hop in and play the sheriff right after this then? Password is 11. But yeah, Frank, to your point, I think that is interesting. It's interesting seeing Allied be able to call the shots. I think their Prism Walk is big. They also, the Allied really benefits from the multiple factions. You know, Allied can, you know, snipers, paradrops, eagles, even tank destroyers all have a place versus Soviet where it's like the Deso's good.
Ammo truck.
And the demo truck's been getting a decent amount done. I actually love to see it. It's been awesome to see. But yeah, generally I think all those bonuses, and then the Prism Walk. The Prism Walk is just so overpowering.
It's over. It's just that they have the Air Force Command comes down, and it's just this huge spike, right? They got free troops on the way. These troops can be dropped anywhere, and they are fucking strong as shit.
Yep.
They got Black Eagles. They can one-shot your flak tracks, right? And they can even counter your Destas with snipers once that AFC down. That AFC spike for the Allies in Blitz, and that also gives them access to the Prism Tower as well. It also gives them access to build the Battle Lab from there. And the Soviet build the radar, and they're like, all right, well now I can build terrorists and demo trucks.
Yep.
But the map, I mean, small map is good for, you know, rhinos with the range. It's good for siege choppers deployed. They outrange everything. It's good for Iron Curtain. If the Soviet can survive, like for the first 6 minutes, I feel like they have a 2-minute window where it's all Sovs, but it's hard.
Yeah.
At least that's my assessment at the moment.
Yep, I think that's absolutely right. Snark, are you getting a similar analysis from what you've seen?
Well, I mean, yeah, for sure. The AFC very crucial, but it also has to be timed because we have seen players go AFC, you know, too early,
A little too early, yeah.
and go broke, right? So it is a fine-tuned, balanced, and but yeah, Frank's analysis, as usual, spot on for sure.
Yeah, I think it's I think the biggest thing is, I mean, early on. I mean, the earlier that the Soviet player can end the game, the better. But it's not easy. I mean, it's especially because players see it coming. You know, everyone kind of expects it now. You get those proactive pillboxes out. Yeah, it's difficult. It's difficult. Okay, we have the sheriff. The sheriff out of the UK. We have. Oh, sorry, Lloyd. Super showed up. I'm sorry, buddy. You're out. I appreciate your willingness to fill in, but don't need you. Don't need you.
Zed saying, "Tell Frank I say sup, you OP devil." All right. So we got Super, we got the sheriff in here. Super, the rapper out of Egypt, and the sheriff, the pretty new to the scene, but he streams and he's a cool dude for sure. Out of
Cool
Great
guy.
Britain, if I'm not mistaken.
Cool guy. Wait, what'd you just say? Out of where? Let me make sure I got that right.
No, I take that back. I'm not sure. He has a sort of a no. I take that back. I saw the British flag on your stream, and I'm like, oh, I know where he's from. I could pretend I know.
Yeah, I think he said. Oh yeah, let me. All right, let's. Okay, Super. He's from Bangladesh. Wait, Bangladesh originally, I think he said. Wait, I don't want to get that wrong. But anyway, he's living in the UK. Fighting out of the UK is what we say. It makes it a little easier because then everyone's like, well, I'm from here. I was originally from here. I love this country. I'm living in this country. I vacation in this country. Doesn't work. All right. Super and yellow. All right. Let's get it going.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another round of the Blitz
Both
World
intermediate up and coming
Series.
players, both cool guys. I love that they're in the community. I love them both, and we're gonna have them face off here.
Yeah.
What do we think? Again, Allied versus Soviet.
Another Allied versus Soviet should be good to see. We got the Sheriff in red out of the UK in the top left, and Super out of Egypt in yellow in the bottom right. Yeah, like you mentioned, newer guys to the scene, but we told them about the tournament yesterday, so they had at least a few hours to practice. Hopefully, it'll give us some good looks here. I don't know. I guess I don't really know either of the players, and I certainly don't know their blitz abilities. So, should be interesting to see. But both players building quick, early scouts, early GIs from Super. I like that.
This is the play. I think this is what you got to do. You got to open up the GIs and say, you know what, Soviet, what are you gonna do?
Yep.
Bunch of fucking GIs coming
Yep.
to your base, so how are you gonna respond? What are you gonna do? Use the cliffs, do everything you can. You don't want to overcommit and lose them all for no reason. But just do what you can. Touch here, touch there. Now this is very committal by Super.
Yep.
It
He's
seems
got
to
Air
be
Force
working.
Command, one oil, bunch of Rocketeers here. He's got to get damage here, and he will. And that's probably the game.
Yep. And that's difficult. And Rocky's right. Whoa, Super in the face. Those Rockies.
Super showing he's got some skills. He knows what he's doing. He knows how to rush. He knows how to overwhelm his Allied right
He's
away.
gonna repair that. Yeah, he's not. The flak track's not gonna get there in time, and MCV will go down before the cell.
Oh, poor the Sheriff. Everyone's favorite new streamer taking an early walk. That's okay. Only point number 1. Time to adjust. But yeah, the GI, especially on this map, I mean, they're just on your doorstep almost immediately, and you don't really have time to counter with a Deso, probably.
Not trying to counter the Deso, but you got to expect it. I think that's what the Allies should do every single game.
Yep.
And they shouldn't expect to win the game, but they should expect to get control, pressure, force sentry guns, force awkward, just create threats and make the Soviet feel uncomfortable with the GI. Split them and stuff.
Yep. Yeah. There's no reason not to. I mean, there's no reason not to. The money the money you're gonna put into it, even if you just bait a few pillboxes. And actually, we saw Keo and Keo, Woody, those kind of players too. They immediately in Blitz, they realized even with Soviet, they always build 10 infantry. They send them to the enemy's base. Step number 1, 10 infantry in the enemy's base. And I think it makes sense because players like that too, the Chinese players, they're playing with 8 hands. So for them, they're bored in the first. For us, Blitz is moving very quick. For them, while they're building their first oil, they're bored. So for them, it's they have the extra time anyway. You send the infantry in, they're on the enemy's doorstep almost immediately. And you can maybe you get something, maybe you just scare them, but
they have to invest in the resources to address it, because it's obviously, we just saw that it's very threatening. it will kill your base if you don't respond quickly.
Oh, this isn't looking good, huh? Where are you guys at right now? What screen are you on?
Yeah, no, Super's not loading at the moment. We'll just quit out and try again.
Yep.
But you will notice that Super went Allied, did his rush, and he knows that the Sheriff will be expecting it now, so he switches to Soviet.
Very
So
interesting.
Super
That
planned
was
ahead.
Yeah, I like that.
That was rehearsed, boys. That was rehearsed. That shit was practiced. I like it. And honestly, these are my favorite kind of players to watch play, because as you mentioned, they're the up and comer players. These are the legends and Zane and Andy's of tomorrow. Watching them do their thing here.
That's it, and that's what you guys forget. You forget that Zane, that these top level players. Marco was once in a $15 tournament where he was losing to conscript rushes from amateur players. And that's it. That's where it all starts. Okay.
Indeed, you gotta start somewhere. You gotta know, where you are. I'm pretty new. I've been, you know, on CNC it for 2.5 years, 3 years, no more than that. And you could ask anyone who was there when I first started. It was pretty sad. And
Still
today
is
I'm
sad,
considered a
Snark. It
decent
still
player.
is.
Oh.
Still is. Yeah, love you too, Frank.
Yeah.
Love you too. So we got a Soviet versus Soviet battle here.
Yep, Soviet versus Soviet, and like we talked about, so Super came out super early with that super aggressive Super GI rush, and it worked, GI rush, and so we'll see. Now he switched over to Soviet and given different looks. I really like that in Blitz too. I mean, maybe in a best of 3, you could do something. You know, you don't really need to change up that much, but especially in Blitz at a higher level. Well, you're forced to switch factions, and it's fun to see players like go super aggro and then pull back and keep their opponent's head spinning. Also, their opponents like proactively spamming defensive structures, and then they're not there. Anyway, keeping your opponent guessing, big part of Blitz.
Tesla Trooper here from the Sheriff. 2 Tesla Troopers from the Sheriff.
And and you see he's got the proactive sentry gun. Now he's spamming Tesla Trooper because he thinks that that there's something early coming, and there is something early coming. Unfortunately, it's rhinos. And we'll see if Super maybe gonna take the back door.
God, does he think this is SFJ here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 troopers?
You know, but on the flip side, he can't push it. It is very expensive and he is broke, but Super at the moment cannot push. If he could take this his advantage and get his eco rolling, these Tesla troopers will come to play, but I would stop making them now.
Yeah. If he does bum rush in, now here's the fallacy. Look at the Sheriff. The Sheriff is using the bottleneck, right? And he's like, yo, this is great. Like, I got these sentry guns. There's a bottleneck here. I got him pinned between the cliff and the lake. Unfortunately, that's not true. Super can drive right around these sentry guns and go topside. Like, these guys are making a DMZ zone that doesn't really exist because there's a backdoor route. You know what I mean? Like,
he should be using his superior Rhino numbers right now to go around to the back, like you're saying. It's absolutely what he should do. But you know, he's fine. He has the advantage right now.
Yep.
Or does he? Because it's 2 war factories. This is pretty close. Man, we've reached a stalemate on the left side, and now the play is going to transfer to the right side now. And the sentry gun going to be placed here, and the Sheriff is in a pretty good spot.
Yeah.
Nice defense
Honestly,
out of the Sheriff.
Yeah, I like his position. He's got 4 oils now. It's 4 oils apiece.
And he's on both sides of the lake. He's on both sides of the lake. So now he's splitting up Super, and Super seems a little less comfortable with the split. Maybe Super committing more to that left side, is able to outrange that sentry gun with his bunker. And Super going. I thought Super was kind of DMZing, but Super is maybe going for a little bit of a base walk with these, slowly taking more ground with his defensive structures. And Sheriff's gonna go in. Oh, changes his mind. Okay.
This is a pivotal moment of the game here. We'll see what these players are made of strategically. Tesla coil investment, very interesting. Very, very interesting. I don't think Super quite has enough eco to go Battle Lab yet. And 3 war factories, and Sheriff is pushing on the right side here. 3 war factories to 1, but a Tesla coil defense.
Okay, yeah, and Super, and yeah, Sheriff's been able to tip the momentum here a little bit. Oh shit! All right, I gotta grab someone's at my door. Frank, Snark, take over.
All right, we got this. Don't worry, Ivor. In the meantime, so we got a Tesla coil on each side. Super definitely in a stronger defensive position. He's got, you know, on the left side for sure. On the right side, he is a little bit threatened, but
Rally point here. These Rhinos are getting all right. They were getting munched up there for a minute.
Fix the rally point to Sheriff. But Super might make a push on the left side. He's bringing all of his might. No, all right. He's retreating. He's
gonna lose this war factory on the left, but it's not. I don't think it's a big deal. He's still up a war factory after this, and he's up 2 oils as well. So I think it's all the Sheriff here. He's got 10K. He's got plenty of money. It's all gonna come down to how he wants to play this war factory in the face. I don't know, the Sheriff.
I like
he's gonna
that.
Lose that engagement.
I like that. Might get ourselves a little game 3 here. Oh, damn it! As I say that.
Yeah, the Sheriff taking a bad engagement on the right-hand side, and now Super's going to be pushing in here.
Oh, yeah.
Left side, the Sheriff taking the cliff.
Trying to take the cliff on the left, the Tesla coil. Shoot, yeah,
the
now.
Trooper's doing work.
Yep.
But, yeah, the Sheriff loses all of his war factories, and now it's all Super all the way.
Damn, that's too bad. Yeah, he was looking good with that base stretch. Maybe just bit off a little more than he could chew on the right side.
Indeed. Either way, it was definitely a closer game. I love seeing these players adapt and get better. Always fun. But unfortunately, fortunately for Super, is advancing to face Doctor.
Yep. All right, Doctor coming back in. The Sheriff taking the walk.
I mean, that spiraled out of control quickly.
Yeah.
I honestly felt like the Sheriff was in a very commanding position there. He decided to commit towards the base walk on the right side, and there was a second Tesla coil plop down. It was just like, nope. So, well played by Super there. We saw two completely different strategies from him in those two games.
Yeah, it was fun that he mixed it up, you know, and he played it well. Yeah, the Sheriff had some opportunities, but it's he, you know, played it well. But yeah, best of three is hard like that too. There's not much room for mistakes, you know. Super saying he needs 2 minutes. That's the story of the day, man. Waiting on Super. That's what it's all about around here. So we will switch over to so this is actually, let's go back to the bracket. This is actually the championship of the $15 amateur qualifier into the semi-pro bracket. So the winner of this is going to take home $15 and will then advance on. We're going to do this one best of 5. Best of 5 for their little micro championship here. And then right away we'll be moving into the semi-pro bracket. Rick will be taking on the winner of this. Snark versus Mikos, Zed versus Go Going, Monster versus Osama. How you guys feeling about the semi-pro bracket? What do you guys think? Who's taking that home in there?
Oh God.
Ooh, I mean, Going, Zed, Monster, Osama, Mikos. You've got, you know, A-class players in here. Everyone's so powerful. Rick also, no joke. I played him today and he was crushing, man. So, whew, I don't know, Frank. How do you decide between all those players? Who do you think?
That is a very difficult one to call. That is a very difficult one to call. You know, Mikaz is very, very dangerous. He's very dangerous. As far as I think, as far as like technical skill is concerned, I think Mikaz is the favorite. However, there's some strong players in there, and they're very different. Like Going is probably the most adaptive, which I think is important in a tournament like this, right? It's not like anyone has like mastered Blitz yet, except for Woody. He was born with a beard and a mastery of Blitz.
Born playing Blitz.
But you know, Steve is super old school as well. He's a super dynamic, like 1v1 player. Like he could just 4-0 everybody. Sama and Zed are both they're among, I think, the most underestimated players in the game. So I think either of those could win too. It's an amazing bracket. We all know that Snark won't win though, obviously.
Yeah, you go through each person. I was like, oh, sure, Frank is sure being an ally to the players right now. Each person gets a little Frank hype, except Snark.
Well, you know, I'm feeling confident. You want to know why I'm feeling confident? I had the best teacher today. I played Frank like 10 games on the Blitz. GG easy. I'm gonna take this.
GG easy, huh? Nice. Yeah. Yeah. To Frank's point with the semi-pro bracket, the big thing is we don't know a lot. Like the problem is you look at a player like Monster, and you're like, we all know Monster. He's a great traditional player. Maybe Monster spent the last 3 days playing Blitz. Maybe Monster is now one of the best Blitz players in the world. I mean, with the new Blitz format, that's what's so hard about it is that you see players like Legend got smoked by, you know, Legend's been smoked by amateur players before in early Blitz. So it's hard to it's hard to know what players been putting in reps because most things in life, the reps matter and Blitz is very different and that's what a big part of it. So it's hard to know where these players stand on their reps. Zed and Going prior to 2 days ago had the most reps and have been proven themselves as very strong Blitz players, but anything could happen. And if Snark's been in the Blitz pit training with Frank, who knows? All right, both players building up to each other on the right side now. An immediate base engagement.
Build so much faster, Ivor. All right, Doctor's there with 2 sentry guns on top of his war factory. Oh, I don't know, man. I'm scared for Super right now.
Yeah, and so if you guys look at the balance of the map, you don't need technically the bottom plateau is left's plateau, and the top plateau is is bottom right's plateau. So
I beg to differ, Ivor. I beg to differ.
Well, it's a closer build. I mean, that's the close plateau, right?
Yeah.
Is the easier build, but I like the super adjusting to conscripts. That immediate switch over to conscripts when he lost his war factory was heads up. May or may not be enough, but it was a decent play. Now a single conscript splitting on the left side, love that. Just kidding.
It is all Sean here,
Oh,
boys.
big chain reaction.
Oh,
Sean
doctor,
here,
yeah,
boys. It's a
yeah,
massive
Sam, the
hit.
doctor, really doing damage here.
The doctor taking it out. Yep. Yeah. So targeting that oil derrick, and that's a big. That's actually kind of a higher level blitz move to remember the chain reacting nature of the oil derricks, and to know when to target them versus when to target something else. And there, whenever you see 100 conscripts around an oil derrick, you target it. Super trying to stay alive, but yeah, but yeah, the doctor really keeping the pressure on here.
Sean, I think he just built a little bit faster. Super had extremely aggressive intentions here, so he fully committed to a base walk type of strategy. And when he got there, there was just a sentry gun waiting for him.
Yep. Yep. Well, and that's the problem. Building to the far cliff against a good player. Oh, the elite Tesla trooper. I like that.
Hold on,
Tesla troopers
boys.
are actually very, very powerful, and you know, Doctor can't actually push this. He can't.
Yep. Not with that elite Tesla trooper. I mean, is there any way to get through an elite Tesla trooper?
Desolator's the only way,
Avoid
man.
it. Just avoid it. Don't fight the elite Tesla trooper guys.
Yep. Avoidance. And I like, and now the drones out from Super as well. And it's nice to see the kind of players who they have an oh shit button, like they smash the oh shit button and they start doing things differently, versus the other players who are like must rhino, you know, and then if that doesn't work, they're like we'll die, you know. And I like the calling out the Tesla troopers, spamming the drones, just trying to stay alive. And whether it works or not this time, you know, it can work sometimes, and it's fun to see out of a player.
Definitely. Either way, he's buying himself so much time here, and you gotta hand it to him. He's not giving up, and you know, he's going all in.
That's my baby.
He's
Holding it down.
pushing back with the Tesla troopers now.
I love it. I love it. Brilliant. That elite Tesla. Oh, but he's rushing into 3 sentry guns.
Okay,
the elite Tesla trooper goes down.
Okay, yeah.
For fuck's sake.
That's funny. I think then he was like, can this elite Tesla trooper die? Oh, yeah, he can. Damn it.
Yeah, he was just making sure, you know. Game's not broken. Anyway, it looks like Doctor is gonna be taking this game.
Yep.
But Super put up a good fight for sure. GG is called.
Player defeated.
Yeah, so what was Super's mistake there? I guess he was just a little bit slower.
A little bit slower to the click, yeah, and yeah, it's tricky.
Slower, and if you're slower in the opening, it happens. I guess you have to adapt and say, all right, I cannot base walk. I cannot like commit to the base walk there. I have to go for something else. But I really like what I saw from Ashan there. He was winning the whole time, but I think he converted that with some technique. Honestly, like his decision to. He sacrificed every single one of his rhinos to kill a war factory at one point, but like in the situation, it was worth every single one of his rhinos. So some pretty
Yeah.
calm, collected,
Yep.
decision making to convert games here from Ashan. I'm liking what I'm seeing.
Yep, and some calculated dives. That's what it's all about. I mean, like sacking units and getting a good return on investment's important, and knowing when to make those decisions. But I think ultimately, if you are slower to the click, don't try to compete. Don't try to go after your opponent's plateau. You go bottom side. Try to give yourself a little bit of space, because Super looking strong, but with Doctor looking a little bit quicker, it's definitely scary. Let me try to catch up on the chat here, guys. Sorry, a lot going on. Yeah, Balth was asking what do you guys think the top up and coming player right now? Did one of you guys answer that?
Well, he suggested QN, and I'm inclined to agree with that. QN, you know, very young, very up and coming, and growing in power all the time, constantly. Keeps playing 24/7. He's definitely one to keep an eye on. Marco, you'd better be careful, Marco.
Yeah, I agree. If he keeps playing the way he's playing, because like I've been around for a long time, guys, and like there's a certain amount of time that it takes to get to a certain level, and he has gotten to a level of play faster than anyone I've ever seen. Marco among them.
Wow. Well, oh, that's
Yeah.
quite the compliment. Yeah, is he a returning player? Is he like a player that played
Nope,
15 years ago?
he's a new school.
He's
He's
a
a kid. He's a
kid.
new school kid.
Really? And where is he
He
out
was
of?
born after the game was created, Ivor.
What?
He's younger than the game.
Where's QN out of?
Russia, I believe.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I've tried to coax him a little bit into the Blitz pit, but he doesn't seem particularly interested. But hopefully we'll get him in here at some point. But yeah, I think he's definitely got to be up there for up and coming players. Now that I know he's a newer player, I've watched him and just thought he was a top level kind of guy. So yeah, it's a good one.
Right, a bit of a difference here. Doctor going for 2 oils versus Super going for War Factory after his first oil. What do we think? What's the better build?
I think you can. I think if you know your opponent, if you can get the early oils, that's what we've on the Kong map. The meta devolved into 4 oils before War Factory.
What? No.
But on the Kong map though, you're a little bit safer because you have your 2 bottlenecks in the beginning, so you get a lot of mileage out of a sentry gun or a pillbox. And the more oil you can get pumping early, the better. But obviously on this map it goes a lot faster and. You shouldn't get that far behind on rhinos. I don't know. It's hard to say. Early oils, though, you definitely want the oils pumping. I mean, that's when Luke came in and started beating everybody without knowing the mod, that's what Luke was doing, was just spamming early oils as much as possible. And it was just crushing people with it. So I think but getting as much out as you can early on. How much oil? As much as you can have without dying, I guess.
As far as the very opening is concerned, I'm not convinced there is a best. I do believe there is a best transitioning though,
right?
Because it gets to the point where you don't need another war. You need a radar. You need your next war factory. You know what I mean?
Oh well, yeah. Switching off of it for sure. Like once you get it rolling, but that's what you can. Yeah. That's what it allows you to do. If you get it rolling early on, you're making more than you're spending, and it just seems to.
Super is super committed here. Super is very committed to this.
Yeah, he's and putting his war factories down, and Doctor.
But the sentry gun spam is good.
Oh, yep, and Super is winning the sentry gun battle right now, and that's a big part of it. Keeping that war factory alive.
So Super has more money. He should be building conscripts, I think.
Yeah, if you got the money for it right now, that'd make a big difference. And a front barracks, if you could get a barracks on the front line, could make a big difference as well. Brings
Super
out
pushing for the win here.
Oh wow, and coming another
space.
Sentry oil in his face, pushing, doing a good job picking his targets right now. Doctor sells a war factory, trying to pull back a little bit.
Wow, we got a series, boys. Look at Super with this push.
He still has
really
to convert
nice.
this. He still has to convert this. You can. This is very throwable. All right, because Ashan has a lot of oils.
Yep, and now bringing out some Tesla troopers. He does have a lot of oils, yep, and his economy will be catching up quickly if he can just hang on. Should be seeing another sentry gun from him here. War factory. Ooh.
Okay, that should be GG.
Yep. Does get a couple drones and Super not targeting the drones.
Hold on.
Super
fodder for the drones. Ashan.
Wow.
He's broke though, boys. He's broke.
And he dives with his tank instead of suicide. Yeah, that's a decent idea.
Yeah, Doctor's completely broke here, and wow, these guys are building in each other's faces right now. What is going on here? But Super on 3 war factories and the better eco.
Spamming those drones. Yeah,
This is.
Sorry, go ahead, Frank.
I mean, this is the main reason why you should base walk though, because. If you get in deep enough, you can build oils in their base, and that's checkmate. If you can build oils in their base.
Yep, and that's what we've seen a couple. Ed's the kind of player. As a game maker, it's always fun to have someone like Ed who's going to try to break the game, and he's the one who first started circling his enemy's base in oils, and it is an issue right now. Super should be closing things out here, and yep, wow. Doctor calls GG.
Very nice. We got a series, boys. This brings the score to 1-1.
Yep, 1-1. Yeah, so the oils in the enemy's base, it's kind of an interesting thing that we'll have to, because Chrono Legionnaires can't attack them. Obviously, that's not a good enough counter anyway, because Soviet don't have them. And we have engineers turned off. I don't know what we could do. I mean, it's interesting.
I don't know. I'm skeptical of the oils in the base blowing up the base thing.
Well,
I'm
for
skeptical,
sure, for
but
sure, for sure. Um,
we'll keep an eye on it. We'll keep an eye on it.
yeah, yeah. I mean, that's the big thing because we could. So I mean, like there, you know, getting him in your base, suiciding him to win. That's like pretty weird. We've only seen it in like weird FFAs. If we do start seeing competitive matches, obviously we have to do something about it. We could turn like double engineer for oil derricks or something. I've been truly enjoying not having any NG rushes and blitz. So obviously turning
Oh God,
engineers,
yeah.
but you could say that oil derricks like multi engineer with oil derricks. You know, so if they're in your base, like if so, the biggest thing is once you beat back the base walk, if all of a sudden now there's just 4 residual oils in your base that you can't get rid of, you know. So it could be
So,
that 2
well,
engineers can take over an
there's
oil derrick, you know.
there's tons of options. You know, you could make them sellable. You could make them do less damage to buildings, so they could be used tactically to like take the MCV down to like, you know, take like a certain percentage of the MCV health down, and then finish it off. And if you really need to sell like an important oil, maybe it should be sellable, maybe it shouldn't be sellable. I don't know. It's interesting. There's a lot of options to consider, but I feel like
Yeah.
it's still very early to
Right. Right.
do anything too drastic.
Yep, yep, yeah. I mean, and that's kind of the big thing too, especially with when you're trying to get new players into Blitz. The big thing is the less you have to tell them, the better. And so with every map, you know what I mean. The less you have to explain. So right now it's like you can't use engineers, but if it's like you can't use engineers except on oil derricks, if they, you know what I mean. So the less you have to explain, the better for now. So we'll keep an eye on it, like you said. But there are like the good thing is with this community, with the modders and the map. Always options to do things like that. So
The options are there. The world is your oyster. The world is your oyster.
All right.
And we have seen Super every single game. He is extremely aggressive. So if I'm a Sean right now, I'm thinking, you know what? I'm going to be chilling. I'm going to be playing very defensive if I'm Sean right now. And just say, come at me. Just take your swing and just try to make him miss, so to speak. Try to make him overcommit because he's coming. He's coming. That's one thing I'm pretty certain of, considering what we've seen from him thus far. And here he comes. He's already halfway there. And Ashan is building to the opposite of the side here. He's got the sentry guns on the cliffs. And he's already building. I like the sentry guns here up at his front door. He's already building them.
Yeah, that's so funny. Yeah,
Sentry guns.
it's
You
funny
can
they're
afford
both
them.
going off. They're both going different ways. It's funny, yeah. People, yep, yeah.
All
And-
right, so again, we're seeing 4 oils. You know, Doctor always a little bit faster in the builds, but Super always with a bigger army.
He's
Very
coming.
interesting.
He's coming.
Here he comes.
He's coming. Nice targets the Rhino, micros it down, and Doctor might be in trouble here. What is his response here?
He's in trouble.
He's in trouble. We
He's
can,
in trouble.
we can all agree he's in trouble.
He's in trouble.
I mean, he could be.
Bills and
He's
oil.
got 3K and he's about to lose, so something could be coming out of the barracks. But I don't
He's got
honestly.
to be building conscripts. He's got to be building conscripts. And honestly, a battle bunker would. What? These oils.
Okay,
Very
What is
Interesting
going
oils.
on here?
I like
What
that.
is
Now
going
he's
on
kind
here?
of he using his own. He could maybe an oil wall. You know, safest place for an oil derrick is right next to what matters most to your opponent. Yeah,
Indeed.
he could have. Yeah, Tesla troopers. Honestly, he could be getting a Deso out earlier on if he is going to go into defensive mode early. If he can't quite handle the pressure, a Deso is a viable option, I think, isn't it? Early on.
Oh, absolutely. I guess the hard part of this game mode, if you haven't played it much, is it's very difficult to know how many oils you should have before
Exactly.
you make your next strategic decision infrastructurally.
Right. Yep. Yeah, that's the biggest. The oil management is just such a massive part of the game, and you see it. I mean, and that's why it's funny because right now the players who are winning often are actually way overcommitting their oil. Like they actually have too much money, but it's way obviously it's better than the opposite. And but that's what I think that's the thing we'll see the meta switch the most on is once people dial it in. Like if you can keep, you know, oil's consistent. It's not like ore. It's not like that. You know, as you get it, then you have to go somewhere. Like the oil's consistent. So once you dial it in, as long as you're staying at 1,000. You know, as long as you're not bottoming out and you can build whatever you want, you know, that's the real goal, I guess. I mean, you want to have some in the bank, but Now he's
I
gonna
think you could figure it out. There's
exactly.
probably,
There is a meta there. It is very definite for sure. He needs to target. So Doctor needs to target this oil deer. I thought it would take more of his. It didn't take enough of Super's army, unfortunately, but.
Yeah, but it's put Super down to 3 oils, guys. If Doctor can hold on here, he will out-eco his opponent.
That's true.
Super defense is absolutely relentless. And Super's just rolling his eyes right now like, you gotta be kidding me right now.
And the Tesla
Okay,
troopers.
so, Ashan, you need to back up. Ashan, you need to retreat. You have 1 rhino. Ashan!
0 rhinos.
Ashan,
Yeah.
go back to your base. Fall back. Ashan!
Yeah, he's got him waypointed, and he's like, yeah, fall back a little bit. And he's on, Doctor's on 3 wars now. I like that.
Switching it to drones now.
And Super has not been reacting well to drones, and paying a pretty good price for it.
I mean, this War Factory kill is meaningless, and he's not even gonna get it.
Wow, Ashan somehow Doctor's
Still a lot
holding
of
on
rhinos
here.
here, though.
Yeah.
Still a lot of rhinos, boy. One of them's vet as well.
The elite conscript.
Oh, but he loses another War Factory. He's down to
Second
1 War Factory.
not so meaningless.
You notice that Super's much better at spamming the sentry guns.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
it's paying off.
Super's and obviously it's his MO. He's base walking, he's spamming sentry guns, and he's beaten Doctor to the click on it. Now Doctor's struggling with economy. Now a battle bunker from Doctor.
No War Factory.
A little too late.
No War Factory left for Doctor as Super won 3 War
He needs
Factories.
a
That
War
is not a
Factory. He
position
needs
you want to
every
be.
single Desolator.
A
Okay, just,
radar?
and he saved his MCV. If the MCV goes down, he will go down.
Oh, the MCV
Super.
is gonna go down.
And a great dive from
aggression.
Super to hit that MCV, and now a Deso out. Yeah, and I like the Doctor. Like he's having the right ideas. He's just a little too late. You know, the Deso a little too late. The bunker's a little too late. But the right ideas are there for sure.
Yeah, unfortunate for sure, but Super bringing the score to 2-1, taking the lead.
Yeah, and I feel like, you know, aggression is going to win this tournament. They're going to be winning this. Maybe it's the best way to play. Maybe it's not the best way to play. But I think at this stage, the aggressors, I think, are going to be doing very well.
Yeah, I think especially, I mean, once you have, I mean, you know, everyone's got a plan until they start getting hit in the face. And I think, you know, when you're playing in a tournament with like slightly less experienced blitz players, start hitting them in the face before they hit you in the face. Throw them out of their game, throw them out of their rhythm. Don't let them stick to their plan. And like you said, you know, at a higher level or against a player with more reps on the map. But at this level, I think it's certainly a pretty good move.
I certainly wouldn't mind seeing those guys play a couple more against each other. I think it could be pretty back and forth. Super aggressive. Super aggressive. He just had his mouse and he was just holding it forward. He was just scrolling his mouse forward the whole time.
Okay, and Doctor
unicorn
saying
back.
Doctor did redeem a unicorn, which I never gave him. I'm gonna give him to him now. We're giving Doctor the unicorn. He did redeem it, and there's no rule against it. So Doctor gets the magical unicorn back on. He needs a little bit of magic here. It is match point if Super can take it. So let's move into game number 4 here.
Yeah, very nice. So, yeah, Sean needs to switch it up, you know, Super with an aggressive stance like you guys were talking about, throwing Doctor out of balance here, and Doctor switching to Allied.
Yup. Talk about making an adjustment. He's totally changing factions here. Now, Super, I feel like he has no reason to change it. His aggression is
Nope.
working. He should continue to be aggressive. And, you know, if Ashan finds the answer, then congratulations, you found the answer. But he should continue to be aggressive. Nothing too fancy here.
Yeah, I think that's absolutely right. If you got something that is working, make your opponent adjust, especially when you're up 2-1 in a series. There is obviously a strategy to that. You're up 2-1, no reason to shake and bake right now for Super. And here comes the base walk, the stretch, put it in his face. And Doctor is hard because switching over to Allied is going to have a more difficult time countering this.
Oh,
I thought we were all like, oh.
Unfortunate, moving his MCV while he was building his, big mistake. He knows
Let's
it.
see. Let's see how far behind. It's only going to be... All right, the War Factory's up. And...
What is Doctor making
Okay,
a War
so,
Factory? Yeah.
like 4 or 5 seconds. It's
But what's
Could be much worse.
what's the logic here? If someone has Soviet being rammed down your throat, what is the logic of going to Allied? What is Allied going to do differently for you?
I guess you're just hoping your opponent knows how to counter Allied not as well, or maybe you have a hidden plan that you were keeping for an emergency. It is match point, so Doctor knows he needs to
He's
breathe.
got to be building grizzly tanks. Why isn't he building grizzly tanks?
There isn't things coming out of the barracks or the war factory. That MCV move might have tilted him a little bit.
Oh, this is concerning. This is concerning for Doctor.
The mechanics in the war factory are on strike.
I mean, he should. Okay, so the grizzly tanks are on now, and honestly, Super's not getting anything done here.
Yeah. Oh, nice pillbox.
Guardian GIs, pillboxes, Guardian GIs are going to move, and so Sean should be spamming pillboxes right now. He should probably get an AFC up. This pillbox on the cliff putting in some work here.
Yeah, he's got his 4 oils. Yeah. So did you guys tell him about that pillbox placement there? Because I feel like that's one of those things where Frank would be like, "Look, they didn't mess up the ground here next to the cliff. Build a pillbox." Or did he maybe figured that one out on his own? It's a good spot for a pillbox though.
He's been doing that every game. Oh, what does he do?
Oh, just throwing
He
away
should be
those grizzlies
chilling
for
right
free.
now. I think we should just be chilling.
Yeah, definitely do the Allied camp. Use the Allied infantry. Don't attack the Soviet player when the Soviet player out-tanks you.
And nice use of conscript fodder, war
Oh
factory in
my
the face,
God.
immediate sentry gun. The GGIs, nice
that's
range on those
so
GGIs.
This is intense. I don't know. Does he have enough infantry? The GGIs will definitely do some work if they target the rhinos.
Targets-
AFC comes up.
He had to kill that war factory because the oil was going to be placed next to his MCV.
Yep.
Yeah, but no grizzlies left. All right, there are 2 grizzlies, but they're running away. Super's gonna run right through here and try to get something done.
Ooh, second AFC had to have been a misclick. Not good.
Maybe he assumed the one up front was.
Oh
gonna be
yeah,
taken out.
I guess a conservative, yeah, a backup
Grizzly
AFC.
tower in the back. I don't know.
Ooh, puts
he's
some
gonna
low
go
power. Yeah, having that extra power for 2 AFCs is tricky. The AFC is the juicer, so but you could sell the front one then. I mean, I get it. It's nice to have a backup. It's nice to have a backup everything, but you can't afford it.
Super
Yeah.
only has 2 rhinos right now, and the prism towers. If he has power, this is an easy.
He sells
but
the
that's
AFC and
hard to
still
hold.
doesn't have power after selling the AFC. Oh, here comes a bad chain reaction from this oil derrick.
Oh,
Here it goes.
dear.
Here it
Hail
goes.
Mary, full of grace. The Lord is with you.
Oh.
Oh my
MCV goes down.
God.
AFC goes down, and he sold the
Shit.
other AFC.
Yep.
So he only has a war factory left and a barracks. He needs to push with Allied infantry now and hope for the
Yeah,
best.
so that's the play here. He's got to use his infantry, right? He's got to put those on a hotkey, build as many GIs as he can, and try to delay this barracks, this radar from Super. Because once the desolators are out, it is over.
Yep. And the engineer leading the charge. Unfortunately, he's completely useless in blitz, but I love the momentum that he's carrying.
Not in an IFE, right?
That's true. That's true. That's true. Yeah, make those grizzlies go a little further.
This attack could work, guys. But the radar is out. Desolators will be out.
And
this
again,
will
and
be
Doctor
game
not
over.
building tanks right now. He's on 4K. Nothing coming out of the war. Well, now, but
The Desolators
and the
are
Deso out. Yep.
Allied infantry completely thwarted.
Yep. And with the
And-
Deso out now, pretty much completely stops him in his tracks.
GG.
Doctor calls GG.
GG's. Yeah, this series is over, but a really, really nice fight here between these 2 intermediate players, showing that, it could be exciting on all levels, Ivor.
Yeah. It was fun. I mean, as long as both players, like we saw here, both these players have played it a little bit, yeah, it was fun to see.
Really
All right,
nice. So, Super gets the award, right? He gets a $15 award, and he gets into the qualification bracket to the real bracket.
That's right. That's right. Super winning the amateur qualifier, moving into the semi-pro qualifier. So him against, if Rick is ready, I just messaged Rick. We'll get Super versus Rick right away to start things off. Yeah. Can you message and can you tell Super to stay in if he's in the game still?
All right.
Let's see if
Needed a little break. Yeah, I assume so. That was intense for Super.
Okay, all right, yeah. Okay, how long's a little break? You think he needs like 2 minutes or?
I gotta cook tea. I don't know. Let's ask him.
God, like, how long of a break, dude? It's, I mean, real. It's like I know that was intense. It's a best of 5. He's been playing for about 20 minutes. You know, like let's be real, Super. Come on, buddy. It's a game of stamina.
Yeah, yeah, but no, you could understand that. You know, that it does get very intense. There's a lot of pressure,
Oh, short break can
and
be. Yeah, give the guy a couple minutes.
Okay, I realistically, I don't know if he's like 5 minutes or 15 or 20. You know what I mean? I'm just
yeah,
trying to feel it out. Um,
Yeah.
all right, well, we can. Yeah, give the guy. Come on, Frank. It was a best of 5. Don't be so easy on people.
no, it was a best of 5 after immediately after a best of 3.
Yeah,
Okay,
but you know,
okay, that's true.
plenty of
That's true.
games
I'm
you
just
want
a
to be
little
playing
excited.
after
Well,
that.
do we got who else do we got? Who else do we have in the chat? If you are in the chat and you think the person on your bracket is with you in the chat, is Mikos in here? We could do Snark and Mikos.
Sure, I'm down. He Super did say we're talking about a 5-minute time frame.
Oh, did
So,
he say 5 minutes? Oh, 5 minutes
Yeah,
max.
Hmm.
Okay, well, we can wait.
That is
but
juicy.
either way, GG is very nice. Super does win a cash prize already, and now he gets to face Rick in the semi-pro qualifying bracket.
The
Ivor, you're
qualifier, the
gonna
qualifier
break
for the
my tongue
qualifier.
before this is over. Yeah, you're gonna break my tongue before this is over.
It started off more simple. It just keeps evolving. Let me catch up on a couple things here. RYS, thanks for the follow. Cruder Poker, thanks for the follow, guys. Appreciate it. Oh, Sovs or Die with the biddies. I missed it. Appreciate the biddies, man. I always thank people for biddies. I don't make it seem like I'm some crazy guy who doesn't appreciate the bits. Appreciate the bits. Warrior Mode. Doctor, I'll come back stronger. I love it, Doctor. I'm psyched for you to come back stronger. Warrior mode, I cannot activate. My snap cam, my computer's been crashing and I'm worried it's the snap cam. So snap cam is off. Maybe we'll do a post-game interview at the end of the tournament with the warrior mode. If not, I'll give you your blitz tokens back because I know that they matter. I don't know. Other than that, oh, Revo. Missed a message from Revo. He's already gone now. Revo's always on in and out missions. He never hangs out for long. Does this whole thing
Busy
where he
guy,
works
Revo.
during the day. Really annoying.
Who
He does
works? Yeah.
Well, I guess not even the day for most people in the chat. It's not even daytime, you know. It's like only well, I guess Frank, you're in the US.
I mean, bro, just for the games we've played, we've had from Pakistan, from Great Britain, from South Africa, and from Egypt. So we really are international here.
I know, it's crazy. It really is. And that's why you guys really keep me on the toes with the country flags. At first I was like, I'll have country flags for everyone, you know, I'm like, all of a sudden I realized every single player is from somewhere different. Like, I mean, it's really crazy. There's very little consistency.
9 p.m. Yeah, so for Noob it's 9 p.m. You know, each one got a different hour going on here. 12 a.m. for Doctor. Yeah. Very nice. Either way. So let's analyze this bracket one more time, Ivor, before we really get into the action.
Yeah, that's
Rick.
right. So let's make sure. Yeah, so we got okay. So we have now moved on from the amateur qualifier. Super took home the $15, effectively winning a 4-person tournament. We now start the semi-pro qualifier here. So we got 4 prelim matches. They're going to be best of 3. Moving on to the semifinals, winners of both will play each other semifinals. Again, best of 3. We got to keep things moving around here. And then the championship for $40, which we will do best of 7, traditional blitz, switching factions. The winner of the $40 tournament, more importantly, moves on next week. We're going to start a multiple week pro blitz tournament on this map. So the winner of all of this will be joining and fighting with I actually got it right here, with Berg, Ed, Zane, Legend, Gino, Jaz, and Quas. So it's gonna be. So I'm not sure. You know, it's you might want to. Whoever wins this, it's like the $40 might be a big part of what they win because then they're going into the lion pit after that.
Indeed. All right, Super is ready to
Super's ready to
roll.
rock.
So we're keeping the party rolling. Oh my god, that pro bracket, bro. I would I don't want to win anymore, Ivor.
Yeah,
I-
just make sure whatever you do, Snark, like, don't win. Don't win.
Okay. See how we're doing here. See if we get it
Here
loaded.
we go.
Moment of truth.
Right.
It seems to be loading.
Ricky. Tell me more about this Ricky
Ladies and
guy.
gentlemen,
Ricky,
welcome to
Ricky,
another
you know,
round
he's a scouting
of the
report.
Blitz
All right, he's been playing for a few
World
years
Series.
for sure. He played in all of Revel's.
Wait,
intermediate
hold on.
tournaments.
Start back over. The intro. I wish you guys could hear the intro because I smashed the intro, and
Oh,
as soon
my
as I do
bad,
it,
man.
Frank starts saying the most interesting thing. I'm like, damn it, this intro's not even that cool. Start back over, Frank. Start from the beginning.
Start from the beginning. All right, so about 13.8746 billion years ago.
No, Frank.
Wait. Oh, you mean the beginning of this game? All
The
right, so
beginning
we
of
got
10
Ricky
seconds
versus-
ago.
What was your question? Your question was, who is this Ricky? What do we know about him? We know that he has played in Revel's intermediate tournaments, and he joins FGs. He plays QM. He's definitely a good player. I played him earlier today on this map, and he knows what he's doing. He knows the Blitz map. He watches all the streams. So he's got the information. He's got the skills. He is no joke, and I'm excited to see
He
what he
just
does
stopped
here.
the previous rush we saw with 2 sentry guns, guys.
Yep.
2 sentry guns.
Well, to be fair, Super bringing this rush now. The Super had only brought a Soviet rush, right? Last match. Or no, that's right. No, he did bring the GI. Sorry, I'm mixing things up.
He did
Same
the
rush.
GI Rocky Rush, and
And-
it worked, but not versus Ricky.
Okay, so
2
and Rick,
sentry guns.
yep, and Rick, and out with a flat cannon too, a heavy counter for those Rockies, and a flak track. Big hit to his economy, but enough to commit to those Rockies. And both players squaring off now on the left side of the lake, and Rick showing that he can sentry gun spam right along with the best of them. Rhino's out now
Very
behind.
interesting strategy here. So a lot of GIs back at home, and the Prism Tower way too forward.
Super,
Oh wait, I take it back.
super
Give it to
early
the
prism,
sentry gun.
super early prism tower, and Rick. And I like this. Rick looking for a backdoor. I love this. The flak tracks can counter those GIs with a little bit of tact, and can try to get something done on the backside. Gonna try to pick off some Rockies. And this I think is the counter. We're like, what do you do about the base walk? You say forget it. You sell off. You cut off your left limb, and you start hitting them with your right. Takes out the
So-
Rockies.
It's pivotal. This oil derrick kill is crucial for
Sell that.
Super in this game right now.
Sell
This
that
is a
flak.
big kill.
Sell that flak can if you can't. If you're not going to be able to
I don't
defend.
think he's going to be able to get it. There's too many rhinos that are going to be able to kill the Prism
Oh,
Tower.
yep. Needs to repair that oil, Derek. It's stressing me out. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Oh, and wow, and Ricky
Wow.
and Super calls out a tank destroyer. It's in its name. It can do anything. Oh, never mind.
So Ricky has answered the question of who he is. This
Ricky
Yep.
has answered that
Very-
question.
Who's Ricky?
Very well.
This is Ricky. That's what he
this
says.
is Ricky, guys. This is it.
Really impressive defense there, and nice build all over the map, and just with a beautiful offensive there, taking it home.
It's very clear to me that Super's going to have to make some adjustments in this one.
Yep.
He's going to have to make some serious adjustments.
Yep. A lot of GIs, enough GIs to delay this, but I mean he doesn't have any. He doesn't have a barracks. So he's gonna have to win it with
He's
Eagles.
got 4 war factories. This is the fastest we've seen this many wars.
Yep. Ricky's moving
good.
fast. Yep. And now a radar out, Deso to the front lines, nothing left. Yeah. Now we know what Ricky's all about. Kind of guy who smacks you in the mouth, laughs about it.
Yeah, this was pretty well done. I mean, so I'm just five oils, 4 war factories, huh? Interesting.
Wow, and he hasn't hit 0 yet.
Yeah, he's
he's
not-
even making desolators. So
He's not bottoming out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Valve. One time I made a lobby called Noob 1v1s and Ricky joined and wrecked me. That's who Ricky is. Who's Ricky? It's like, give me one anecdote story that tells who Ricky is. That's the story.
That's awesome.
Indeed. All right, Ricky's gonna clean up house here. The Desolator cleaning up the infantry. The Rhinos taking out the AFC, and GG
Player
is
defeated.
called.
Yep.
Very nice out of Ricky. To anyone who didn't know who Ricky is.
Yep. And that's why we gave a little prize. I mean, put the amateur bracket of its own thing, gave them their own little prize because, and the same reason that we're giving a prize to the semi-pro because you it's impressive when you beat people of your own, and then as soon as you jump up, might start getting hit a little bit harder. And yeah, Ricky showing what the semi-pro bracket's all about. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So game number 2 now. Oh, I better switch. I got this as best of 5. That's not right.
Oh, Ricky switching to Allied and Super going Soviet, so they're gonna swap the factions.
That's
On
fun.
Super right
Interesting.
now, I'm gulping. I am gulping. Because my trick got shut down hard, and now he's going Allied? Like, I'm not comfortable right now if I'm Super. I'm not comfortable at all.
Indeed.
Yeah, it's never fun when your trick stops working.
Yeah, it just gets like completely shut down. It's like, wait, was that even a good idea at all?
Yeah.
I've been there. That's what I'm saying. Like I know the feeling, and like you try your trick in the first game, and like you're like, all right, this is my immortal trick. I'll free win here for me, and it just gets like shut the fuck down. It sucks. It hurts. But he's going to his trusty shows here. He's gonna play aggressive. You know he's gonna play aggressive. That's what he's been doing. He should play that way because it's worked for him so far. But he's up against the Rickster.
Yeah, and
Indeed.
it's funny watching these guys. Like, so I mean, we've done some random show matches on this map as we were kind of play testing it, and this whole like build directly at each other on the same side of the lake and sentry gun war until someone dies. We never really saw that. Like, people were going up on these guys aren't using the plateaus. They're not going up on the cliffs really. They're playing it very differently than we've seen. But I mean, it'll be interesting to see throughout the tournament, like we talked about, as more players do it and more players watch the stream, how it evolves. Okay, and so Ricky now with the early Rockies, the early Eagle. I love that from Allied. If you can, flat cannon hard counter, but
For this, was that a few too many air units? He might go broke here.
that's
Pillboxes, air units, grizzly tanks, and structures the same. Isn't it 3 oils?
3 oils. Yeah, the problem is, can you do this and resist the rhinos, because his base is so stretched out that, well, if Super hangs out in the pillbox
He's
zone,
got a
yeah.
he's hanging out in the pillbox zone. This is
Yeah.
the last place you want to be.
And so as Allied, if you're going to do air like this and you stretch your base, that's when things get really difficult because you lose a lot of mileage. Each pillbox is in its own zone. So right now, Super could be looking for these back doors, just try to bait pillboxes everywhere, because obviously the air is very expensive, but if you can get it out and do the right kind of hit and runs with them, manage the Eagle to hit the flak tracks.
I absolutely love that pad drop there.
Yeah.
That, he's got the left side of the map under control. These pillboxes with the Black Eagle, recharging its bombs over there. He's playing the full chessboard here. He's playing the whole board here.
Ooh, and flies into it.
Yep. Play, boys.
Yep. No, I completely agree. Yeah, using everything in your arsenal, especially as the Allied player. Unfortunately, a flat cannon's out from Super, putting a pretty hard counter on the air. But what's interesting is Ricky kind of like acted like he was committing to heavy air, but only built 1 Eagle. And so now, he's not in that bad of a spot now the flat cannons are out. And now pushing in with the Grizzlies.
Oh, the Rhino's out of position, but Ricky doesn't really get much done here. He has to retreat. The Rhino's, and the terrible tank control. He clicked on the top right corner, losing so many Grizzlies.
That's not
and Ricky
good.
holds on here. That was unfortunate for Ricky, no doubt about it. He keeps putting his pillboxes on the left.
Yeah, and Super goes, what side of the lake should I attack from?
This should be, I think this should be an easy hold though for him. Just a couple pillboxes, couple Rocketeers.
And he can use his Eagles. He's got 3 Eagles now, and he just got the Eagles. You just got to keep the Eagles, getting those Eagles hotkeyed and using them every single time that they are ready to go.
Easy hold, boys.
Yep.
Easy hold.
Easy hold. Second pad drop here. The Desolators are here.
So yep.
But as we can see, it's this map is mostly red. It's more red than it is yellow right now.
Oh, and he snipes the power plant, making Super go low power.
Ooh, and Super and Rick out now with the battle lab. Smack. Every different direction right now. He's on 4K, can comfortably start getting some tech going. He's got his Eagles. Yeah, Rick looking super strong right now.
Oh, Rick, let's see how he converts.
There you go.
That is the
power plant by
big
power
thing
plant.
for me is the conversion. I want to see the technique here. Prism tanks at the War Factory. Okay.
Perfect.
All right, Rick. All right. Okay.
Very diverse portfolio from Rick right now. Juiced. Appreciate it, man. Glad you're enjoying the stream.
Indeed. And yeah, it's looking very good for Ricky here. as he keeps sniping those power plants.
Ween,
Wow.
Ween, that story is absolutely hilarious. I don't know where you came up with that, but I love it. Now I know everything I need to know about Rick. Although watching him play this game is already telling me everything I need to know. And this is just like, by the time you come up with a counter, Rick's already come up with the 2 different new attacks, you know?
Yeah.
Slowly
the
gonna pinch him out.
Paradrops, the Eagles, the Prisms. He's just got so much control here. Really, really beautiful game out of Rick. Really, really nice. You know, he's prism walking while he's making prism tanks, while the Eagles keep sniping power plants, while the Paradrops keep coming. This is what you want to see out of Allied on the Blitz maps.
Yep. Yep, that's absolutely right. Use everything at your disposal.
Yeah, there's no getting out of this. I mean,
No.
prism towers are here, the prism tanks are here.
And the chronosphere on the front line. Yeah, that's what that's why I will say the one thing I like about the Chinese players. Oh my god, and now you know why you don't build your oil derricks next to important stuff. I gave everyone that note in the tournament notes. I said helpful tips for new Blitz players.
Wow.
It was just like deleted. Everything just like vanished.
And so Rick
Just
closing
like
that series out. It is best of 3, so Rick taking that one home. Snark and Mikos. We got Snark.
Clark, what's your plan for Mikos? Tell us all.
What's my
your
plan for me? Because, well, it's very
plan for
simple.
Mikos,
I'm
Clark?
going to go 7 oils before War Factory. No
Love
scouting,
that.
no dogs. All right. And about 5 barracks right after those 7 oils. Then what I'm going to do is just make dogs. Just dogs, because we know Mikos loves dogs. As soon as he sees all the dogs, he'll fall in love with me. Won't be able to attack. GG easy.
Well, quit out of sheer respect. That's a good strategy.
There you go.
Smart,
There you go.
smart.
Doesn't get easier than this. All right, guys, I'm gonna head out
Wait,
of
hold.
the
Let's
voice chat.
wait. Snark, just hang out a sec, because if Mikos isn't here, we'll have to move on to another one. You know what I mean?
All right. Yeah.
Have we seen?
I'm just gonna
Have we seen
use the
Mikos?
bathroom really quickly.
Oh,
and
got
be
you.
right back.
Okay, you can use the bathroom. Snark, no rules.
Doggos, main stage. Doggos, main stage.
Okay, so Rick, Snark, so Mikos. Damn, have we seen Mikos today, Frank? Have you seen him anywhere?
I have not seen him. Top going is around. I know that.
Yeah, so going is here. Zed, let's do Zed Zed just messaged me saying he might. Zed wants me to be his personal carrier. Hey, will you message me if you're running FFAs? Hey, will you message me if you're running? No, Zed, I can't personally message you every time. Come on, Zed, you should just be ready. You should be on the sidelines right now, polishing your AK-47, ready for war. Oh, Mikos is here. Okay, so we will do Snark and Mikos.
So what are our thoughts on this matchup? Scouting report.
I mean, Mikos, I don't know that much about Mikos. I don't think he doesn't have any as much. Definitely hasn't played any Blitz show matches, anything like that. So, hard to say. You know, the kind of training you've bestowed upon Snark. Snark did win the first Blitz tournament ever, so he has that going for him as well.
Yeah.
How are you feeling?
I don't know how much Blitz Mikos has played. It's a huge factor.
That's everything. I mean, it's everything, because some people will play these with 0 experience, and definitely makes it more difficult.
It's a lot more difficult. There's just little things, like there's just little tactics. It's not possible for you to be prepared for.
Yep, exactly.
Except Woody, right?
Except
we said Woody was born with a beard and professional Blitz abilities, so it's a little different.
It's different. Woody's always the exception. Snark, Mikos is here, so if you want to hop out of voice and start sharpening your sword, we will get rolling here in just a minute or two.
Epic, man. I'll catch you after.
Okay, so Snark on the left out of Israel
Versus the Netherlands, I think, for the dog. I agree with Both. Snark on paper, Snarkson, he's in deep shit.
On,
He's in deep shit here.
on paper.
I feel like Snark's got to go allies the whole time and just try to abuse the allies the whole time. That's what he should
Yeah.
do.
Yep. Yeah, I think that certainly makes sense. Let's see. So Mikos, he said 2 minutes. Better message all these other players. Give them a quick message. Let everyone know to be ready soon.
All right, I'll be back in a sec.
Okay. Snark. Okay. All right. All right. Oh, nice. Got him in here. Frank, are you back?
I have returned, yeah.
Boom,
do
boom, boom. All right. We got Snark. We got Mikos. Best of 3. Choose your own factions. Yeah. It is just so funny. It's just like Mikos literally might not know the map. He might literally not, anything could happen. It'll all within the first couple minutes we'll have a good idea.
Well, if that's the case, then anything can happen.
Exactly. So we'll know in the first about 2 minutes we'll realize where Mikos what kind of reps Mikos has got in. He did join late last night into the tournament, so
He's like, wait, what is this game mode? Wait, what? Where's my ore refinery? Where's my ore refinery? What is this? What is this?
okay, he is here, has not picked his faction. Okay, keeping us on our toes. I like that.
He's going serves. let's not make it any mistake here. He's going serves. The thing about Snark is though, he's a performer, and he's fully capable of pulling this upset off. And just being smart, taking advantage of the game mode, and just doing Snark things.
Yep, yeah, doing Snark things. That's right. Yeah, and Snark, yeah, he kind of alternates. Sometimes you kind of get like silly Snark, and sometimes you get like He's like Will Ferrell on Old School, and he just like drops in this zone, and then he comes. You're like, Snark, what was that? He's like, I don't know. So we'll see if we get Snark zoned in today, and give us some good looks. So Snark going Allied, Mikos Soviet.
This is gonna be interesting.
So Snark, oh my God, I am the worst streamer ever. Snark in green, should be red in the top left out of Israel. Mikos in yellow in the bottom right out of the Netherlands. Yeah, so best of 3 here. Gonna go quick. No time to really settle in or warm up. You can't lose an early point. Obviously, best of 3. And both players, so funny, just as the days evolved, how quick the building, it's like the game mode has sped up. Like, just like buildings coming faster, units coming, like everything just going a little bit quicker. And Snark, just like you talked about, abusing some of the every advantage that Allied has. The early GIs is certainly one of them. Coming in.
He's dead. Mikos is dead.
Mikos.
He's dead.
And I think Mikos may have sent his dog up on the cliff. Mikos might not even have that
What?
scouted.
He's dead.
Yep. What's he? So
He's dead, boys.
Oh, radar, but low power.
Escalator's up, but it's.
Is it too late to get the Deso out?
It is.
Too late for the
SCG.
Deso.
1-0 Snark, boys. That's 1-0. Easy peasy.
Yep. So I don't know if I didn't see for sure, but I think that Mikos sent his dog up the cliff, and it's possible he didn't have the lakeside scouted, because he reacted pretty slowly.
You gotta expect it.
Yeah. Well, that's absolutely it, even unscouted. Yep. And now
You're not gonna be able to go radar here, like War Factory than radar on 1 oil. So I think your answer is that Mikos has no idea how to play this. He is fresh. He's getting his Blitz cherry popped here before our eyes. Black Eagles are coming in as well, because why not?
Yep. And Mikos calls GG. I know, and well, the most frustrating thing, like people, you know, I'm not gonna require people practice. The only, like, I don't really even care. It's like, I mean, random people show up, they don't practice, they get wrecked. It's not a big deal. The problem is that it's sad because then people they get like really tilted by it. Like if I'm like, hey, hey, this is a random mod, you should watch the video and practice, and they're like, okay, I know how to play Red Alert 2. And then all of a sudden they come play, and they're like, stupid mod, and they get all upset. That's the worst. So, you know, that's the only part that I mind and that I care about is I just don't want people to like get upset when they lose, you know? So to be fair,
people get upset when they lose all the time.
Well, that's true. But I'm just like, I did send a video, you know? I did send a video with helpful tips and tricks, but anyway, Mikos maybe just not respecting Snark. Didn't think he needed the strategy. But we'll see. We'll see if he if 1 point was enough for him to adjust a little bit.
Care who your opponent is, you got to respect and never underestimate your opponent. Rule number 1. That is rule number uno.
Yep. That's absolutely right.
Player defeated.
All right. So
Oh God, Mikos. Oh God. What was that?
Mikos moving
Why?
So Mikos,
Why?
if that was the first point, I would have been like, oh my God, Mikos has done some incredible strategy development, and he's decided that his MCV needs to be moved. But
You don't gain anything from it. You're just further behind. You're just a couple of seconds behind.
Well, I was
guess
thinking-
you have more
yeah,
passive, which isn't good.
put himself a little more in the corner. I guess, I don't know. It must have been a misclick, right? There could be no strategy
Yes.
to it.
He has no idea what he's doing here. He's got no idea. Let's see here. Let's go straight War Factory. Yep.
And Snark? Well, Snark, no early GIs from Snark though.
Should have. 3 oils before anything.
Yep. And I think and that's the big thing. If you know your opponent isn't going to be down your throat, then I think a couple early oils for sure. And so Snark building into his corner.
Interesting.
Yeah, building into his corner, and you see the pillbox placement there. Those pillboxes cover a nice range in the corner, but it is a bit of a fallacy. There is the backdoor route, which Mikos apparently knows about. Taking the backdoor now. Snark should
He's
be
not going to get anything done
No.
here by going through the. Yeah.
No, not and Snark sees it coming. Snark adjusts, brings the GIs up on the cliff. Not enough rhinos. Flak out now, maybe to try to counter those GIs a bit.
Mikos needs a radar. But the ally can build snipers for Dessa, so
Yep. Let's see if Snark brings another. Yep, and a fourth oil now from Snark. Snark maybe a little too soon maybe to get his eagles going.
I'd like to see a straight battle lab from. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa.
Ooh, little misclick from Mikos. Yeah, missed tank control, loses a Rhino. And now conscripts and a Deso coming from Mikos now. I like that.
Should just make a sniper. Just make a sniper.
Sniper out
There
from
it is.
Snark.
Couple more prelim pillboxes. Maybe one more oil than tech. I don't know.
Yeah, tech certainly tech soon.
Nice, Deso.
Yep, Deso did some work there. The sniper wasn't able to counter quick enough, and yeah, Snark's still kind of scratching the bottom of the barrel. You know, now Battle Lab out, puts himself in a pretty slow production if he is also trying to get Eagles out, but don't think he is. Oh, and Mirage is out now. Good counter.
Fire drop on the cliff. That needs to be dealt with. That shit will do a lot of damage, boys. These pairs. All right, it will be dealt with.
Yep. Yeah, I mean that's the most annoying thing when you're playing Allied. You just constantly have to be watching for the paradrop. And now the Navy out. The Navy. Wow. But the Navy, and I like the Navy on this small lake is interesting because you can't, you know, it can get attacked from ground units kind of, which is interesting. Pushing in here, the Mirage. Oh, nice. Ooh.
Huge Deso from the dog. Huge Deso. He's got 3 War Factors and 3 V3 rockets here.
Oh my gosh! And Miko's putting on a show, and Miko's on 6K, plenty of money to get his Navy going if he wants to. Battle Lab coming from Miko's maybe. Dreadnoughts could really change the game if he can really get them rolling. Now trying to go backdoor, Snark matching. The V3s do.
GG here. He should definitely make a Battle Lab.
Yep, the battle.
V3s do their job. Take out the prison.
He's on 8K. What is he building right now? It's gotta be.
Where are the Sea Scorpions? There should be Sea Scorpions in the middle here to counter these Black Eagles.
Oh yeah. The anti-air would be nice. So did a little bit of damage to those V3s, but Snark was able to get rid of them. Now bringing out some conscripts, get a little fodder in there for the Mirages, but
this is incorrect. I think at this point you got to you did what you could do with the push. He's got enough Mirage now. He's got Black Eagles. Where are the Sea Scorpions?
Yeah.
Where's the Battle Lab?
What he now? So you know, Mikos isn't building his money. Look at his money. His money's just climbing.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's weird because he had such a good plan for so long.
Oh, but the Deso's doing work. That is by no means a winning though. He's got 2 BFs. All these Rhinos are hurt. If he had a Battle Lab behind this would be the easiest win in the world for him. The Dreadnought would already be here, and Snark would have already quit out of the game.
Yep, and Mikos, and now and allows Snark to counter with his own Navy, and now the destroyers can join the game. And Mikos' money.
Dolphins are going to win control here,
and his money continues. His money continues to climb. Mikos. They're looking for a back door, trying to make something happen. He doesn't want to get away from
his 4th war factory now, so he could have been on 6 or 7 wars actually by this point.
Yep, too much money for this point in the game. It's not a good sign when you got that kind of money.
No. Like Iron Curtain could have been up. Industrial Plant could have been up by now. And I mean, 5 BFs on a small map.
Yep.
You guys say more?
Yeah,
I mean,
so a
you
little
got naval control.
Little subterranean naval battle going on. Torpedoes and oh, nice hit here. That's a nice little chain reaction. But oh, and the Desos can pushing it on the left side as Mikos pushes it on the top side. Kind of a weird drive past, stuck between some BFs.
Didn't kill any BFs.
Ooh, and that's not what Mikos wanted out of that exchange. Mikos has won the naval battle, and now a battle lab from Mikos.
Too late, I'm afraid.
But Mikos is controlling the Navy. Well, now Mikos can pull back and try to not lose. Goes for a base trade. He could pull back here, try to destroy the BFs, and use his tech, use the Navy. But instead goes for a base trade.
Yeah, this isn't going to work.
And Mikos going to try to base trade and hide the MCV.
Yeah, but like all these infantry units, the BFs can just come back. He can just send a couple back.
Yep. Yeah, Snark would have to make this pretty interesting. And Mikos didn't even really get much out of that. It didn't get the MCB. Now going to get a nice chain reaction with this oil. Still doesn't put him low power. those GGIs on the back end doing holding down the fort for Snark while the BFs clean things up. And now we got 5 BFs chasing the MCV. The MCV now in the back of his base.
Ooh, guess the MCV, but he's got a radar and a Tesla reactor left. That's it against
Yep.
Black Eagles.
Yeah, I can't build any no naval units that are gonna help anything. And the Eagles could just slowly pinch him out. And the oils don't count as building, so Snark just has to click the naval, click the radar, take this one home.
So was he just? Did he just
Player defeated.
not have a plan there?
But he did have a plan at one point, right? Like, I mean, like there was a point where it was like we were all like, oh, we know what he's gonna do, and then all of a sudden he didn't do it.
Checkmate.
But yeah, I mean, like
Couple Sea Scorpions in the middle, right?
the Navy was out, and then like, you know, like Snark had all these defenses, and we're like, oh no, how's he gonna get through? And it's like, oh, he doesn't have to get through because he has this like secret plan. And then all of a sudden he like, I don't know, forgot about the secret plan, kind of, I guess.
He did more than enough with his attacks. Just transition into whatever he wanted to win the game, but he just didn't transition. He just stopped building.
Yep. Yeah. Well, okay. All right. Let's move on to the next here. But Snark looking strong, and like you said, you talked about him using Allied, using everything at his disposal. Looked nice. All right. So Zed and Go going. Let's get Zed and Go going in here. So Zed and Go going. This will be. We haven't seen him on this map, but this should be a banger. Go going and Zed have been very evenly matched on Blitz for a long time. They've had some of the closer matches we've had before. Some really, really entertaining matches, and they've both been playing it for a while. Should be really interesting to see.
Yeah. So you're saying that these two guys are among some of the more veterans right now?
Yeah, I mean,
Blitz?
not veteran, like intermediate play. You know what I mean? Like they don't beat Zane, they don't beat Berg, they don't beat those guys, but they both know the format, and they're both very similar level. They've both been playing a long time, they're a similar level, so it should be a good competitive match between the two of them, I think. And that's certainly what we've seen before. A lot of like game number 7s with these guys at each other's throats. So don't want to hype it up too much. Like I said, they don't know the map, but it should be pretty good. Or I mean, I don't know how much they know the map. Hopefully they know the map.
I think it'll be very clear how well they know the map.
Yeah,
Game
you figure it out pretty quick on this one. It becomes painfully clear if you have a strategy or not on this map.
And you definitely need one, boys.
You
You definitely need to have an idea going in.
Yep, take notes, guys. You heard it from Frank first. You need a strategy. You do. You just can't stumble into the blitz pit with your fingers crossed.
I mean, it is a strategy game after all, boys. You'd be stunned how many players I've asked. Like they're like, so like, what do you think I can do to improve? I'm like, well, so what's your strategy? They're like, well, I don't have one. It's like, you don't have a strategy? You don't have a strategy? Really?
Yep.
Gosh.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly it. And I think it's funny. I realized I just recently got into chess, and it's funny realizing like, so when I was younger, I played chess. I know how the pieces moved. And so I thought I was playing chess. And then all of a sudden when you start researching chess, it's like an opening. Like your first 10, like you have to have an opening in chess. If you don't have an opening in chess, you're not really playing chess. And I think this game is very similar. Like you should have a very, very specific, especially early game strategy. Like you're not just winging it. Like you should know, and like we hear from you all the time, Frank, what is this build? I mean, people just kind of slop down their ore refinery. And it's like, especially early game, the early opening, it should be completely fine-tuned, and then preferably you should have a mid-game and a late game. But a lot of players don't even have an opening, which is always concerning.
Yeah, if you don't have a plan at the start of the game, you are going to lose to someone who does.
Yeah, yep, that's exactly right.
Indeed, winging it is not as good as planning it, no doubt about it.
All right, Snark back in here. Snark, how you feeling, buddy? What do you looks like you had a strategy and looked like it executed well. How'd you feel?
Yeah, it was decent. I definitely felt that if Mike had actually practiced the map, he would have kicked my ass. But it felt like he wasn't practiced enough. He wasn't prepared enough to know what was
Player
coming
defeated.
to be able to beat me. But he's definitely a better player than me. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, and I think like we talked about, it just comes down to reps, and you know, you didn't look like you had a lot of reps, but I liked, you know, as far as you weren't there to make friends. You knew he didn't have a lot of reps, so you jammed the GIs down his throat, picked up the first point, and then went to work after that. Hats off to you for it. Moving on.
Moving on, we got Zed versus going. This is actually one of the series that I am most excited to see. Frank, prediction? Do you dare predict in this series?
I think we're all gonna have a seizure probably by game 3.
I really hope. I was explaining to Frank's, you know, Snark, like we said, we've seen these guys in the last tournaments. They're very even on each other's playing field. They've given us a lot of good matches, and hopefully they live up to it right now. Trip Resort, thanks for the follow, buddy. Appreciate it. So we got going in yellow in the bottom right out of Pakistan. Zed in red in the top left out of Algeria. Like we said, both tried and true seasoned Blitz players. Let's see what they bring here. And the question is Zed, how much has Zed already beat himself? You know, he's one of those players where it's just an absolute pet peeve of mine. And I'm not talking trash because I tell him every single day in DMs that he needs to stop talking down on himself, because it's just, you know, he comes in the chat, he says, how you doing? Going says, good. He says, not so good. It's like, come on, Zed. Heart of a warrior, man. You pull that stuff out of you, you know? You don't look for it on the ground. All right, I'm done. All right,
Yeah,
way
speaking
ahead.
of which, yeah, Zed is on 5 oils versus going only 2. Am I seeing that correctly?
Yep. Way up on oils. Going a little bit behind, but going with this pro style movement. He's got his fodder. He's got his rhinos constantly moving, always looking for little gaps in the armor. Oh, misclick. Okay, all right, saves it.
But this is the timing, guys. The Air Force Command's up, and Zed has a lot of money to spend.
Yep, and Zed, and as the Soviet player, you don't want the Allied player to move into a mid-game comfortably. You want that early pressure. You don't want them just to lackadaisically pull out an AFC and start building up their tech. And now working in here, going to take a power plant, and Zed gets an oil deer, okay, or gets another pillbox out.
Going, really using that fodder to his advantage, pushing in there, using the Rhino advantage. He's a powerful Soviet player, and we're seeing why he is right here, right now.
Yep.
Point.
Yep, same.
Rhino for the Eagles.
Using those Eagles just to try to thin things out a little bit. Yeah, I think the Eagles, Zed's economy's looking great. He'll have another Eagle shortly, and he'll be able to start picking off power plants. And Going has not responded. No anti-air in Going's base yet. Tempting for Zed to probably doesn't have the money to switch over to Rockies quite yet. Snipers out now to deal with the fodder.
Lab is up.
You should just go around the back right now.
Yep.
Just go around the back. No, going. Should have went around the back.
Go.
There.
And now Mirages, Battle Lab and Mirages for Zed, and Zed's economy is looking good. He is able to support this, and Going's economy is scary right now. He should not have 6K. It means he's not building enough. Yep, sniping power plants, and
Yeah,
gets
we
I think
that.
that was a missed opportunity there by Going. He had position. I think he really could have been annoying there with his tank numbers around the back side there, potentially
Yeah.
threatening the Air Force Command and all the Black Eagles. And now he's
100%.
in trouble. Now
Yep.
it's 2 prism towers and a bunch of pillboxes on each flank. What now?
This
And
is
Mirages, you know.
Yep, and this is exactly
Zed is in a strong
this.
position.
This is what the Allied player wants, and those back doors are there for a reason. Without the back doors, if you looked at the map right now, it would be in these ridiculous choke points. He could still try to take advantage of the back doors, but it is kind of Eagles coming. Oh, 2 AFCs now. Wow.
Yeah, so Going is building up. He does have 11K in the bank. He needs to be spending more money faster, and he needs
Yep.
to not let Zed keep camping, because the longer this is now Zed is gapped up.
Yep.
You
and-
never want to face a gapped up Allied player. It's just
Yep,
not
the
fun.
gaps. And now we're going to see aircraft carriers. We have Eagles out. The Soviet player, you can't let the Allied player get to his own devices like this. A little too late with the battle lab. There is, I think, nice little chain reaction.
Nice
Nice.
show the VLAT there.
Yep, taking the battle lab.
But I mean, look at Zed's base. Just look at Zed's base, guys.
Zed is chilling.
He's gapped everywhere. He's
It's-
got endless Mirages. He's got
it's-
snipers to defend.
It's so funny.
Maybe
Early
like
on,
late.
the Rhinos are just like, we're the shit. And then all of a sudden, like, at this point in the game, the Rhinos are like, I don't want to attack. You know, like they just go from. And I think there might be a strategy for Soviet, maybe where if you aren't going to do the crazy early stuff, if you anticipate that the Allied player is going to get into a late game, maybe you get a super early Iron Curtain. And maybe you just try to make dives with your Iron Curtain and try to hit oil Dirks and try to get big chain reactions. I mean, with an Iron Curtain, you know, but I don't know. I don't know.
There's a way. Yeah, absolutely. You absolutely can do stuff like that. Just a completely different kind of approach.
Yep, exactly, completely different. Nice use of the cliff there from Zed. Using that higher ground with those mirages was really, really nice. And a nice split from Zed.
Yeah, Going doesn't know where to put his army. Right
And the
now.
destroyers even doing some work here, almost like land units. They can target most of those power plants. They're targeting the tanks. And,
Shield.
And he's diving for the MCV. For the
Force shield.
Iron Curtain.
And Zed lost his whole army, guys. He lost his whole army there. Well, I got the battle lab kill.
Yeah, where those mirages got melted. Oh, but the force shield's gone. There goes the. What? What? Oh my gosh! It didn't get
Dicey
it.
does go down. The Dicey does go down to the paradrop.
Paradrop kills the IC, and this should be Zed's game. Aircraft carriers. Zed. I'm very surprised he doesn't have aircraft carriers.
I know, but the destroyers are kind of doing work. But yeah, why not have? Where's the? Well, at least one. I mean.
Going. Throwing his army away.
I don't see how Going can actually win this game. The Black Eagles will be back relatively shortly to.
Yep. So look at
something pretty juicy here.
Look at the money ticker right now, and that'll tell us what happened in this game. Going is not building stuff. He's only got 7 oil Dirks. To have 7 oil Dirks and 30k, you're not using all 4 tabs. Oh.
Going trying to use the demo trucks, but the destroyers keep sniping it, and the aircraft carriers are here.
These things, guys.
What's that, Frank?
$1,500 a piece for these demo trucks here. They're just getting mopped up.
Well, he's got the money for it. Wait, are demo trucks that expensive?
$1,500 a pop.
That's hilarious.
Flying around away needlessly. The aircraft carriers are here. What can Going respond? He doesn't have the lab backup yet. He's losing war factories to the aircraft carriers. He does make a naval yard to try and counter them, but Zed in such a powerful position with the chronosphere ready in 5 seconds.
So
He's now making BF.
yeah, I mean just wait. Just make a couple BFs, wait, and just chrono BF. You'll just finish him there.
Yeah, and there's no, there's only 2. Oh, drops the rhino.
Okay, that works.
Drops the rhinos in. Yeah, and
Rhino gone.
And for Zed, it's just time to drop the hammer. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter. You could let it go to time. You'll win on points, but why let it go to decision? But the aircraft carrier should be able to slowly.
Oh, so Ivor, I want to tell you about an interesting game I had today. All right, I was destroying Ricky earlier in a game, but I kept suiciding Eagles. I kept suiciding Mirages. He hardly had a base lift, ran out of time, and he won on points because he killed billions of Eagles and billions of Mirages. Right now, the kills for Going are higher than the kills for Zed.
Yeah, that is interesting. I mean, the point thing's tricky because we really don't understand it.
Oh.
Well, kills aren't everything, though.
So what else do you do, Frank? Do you know is you also get stuff for
2 minutes remaining.
for building stuff? You get points for building stuff, I think, right?
I don't know. I've been in games where I've had more kills and less deaths, and more built than my opponent, and have gotten like a low score.
So,
So I
it's
have no idea.
definitely based on the value of what you kill. Like slaughtering dogs, I mean, for sure, like slaughtering dogs, because sometimes we've seen that where like someone's just slaughtering fodder.
Player defeated.
So, but yeah, there is some nuances to it. But the big thing is, Snark, what I would say to that is that in your game is that you shouldn't let it come down to decision. If you were the attack, you know what I mean? Like, but it would be nice if it was a little bit more fine-tuned, but.
Sorry, I'm having a tiny bit of connection issues. I'm just gonna restart my modem here, and I'll be right back. Sorry, guys.
Okay.
So we saw hesitation there from Going. There was a time window where he had the numbers to really throw a question at the back of Zed's base in particular, and he decided to retreat, and he should not have.
Yep.
And behind that, he didn't really do much.
Yeah, yeah.
So
And so should we go or should we wait for Snark? Did it sound like he was?
I don't mind waiting or,
Yeah,
or
we
going.
can-
I have no preference.
Yeah, we'll give it a sec. Yeah, and so that was in there. He had that big. I mean, and in Blitz, especially Soviet versus Allied, almost always there will be a window of opportunity in the early game. To
You gotta take it. You gotta
and-
take it.
And
You
you,
got to.
yep, exactly.
So going. The difference between the next level is knowing when you gotta commit. It's a big part of the game. You have to know when to commit, when not to commit. You gotta know when to hold them, know when to fold them, boys.
Yep, and that's at a high enough level. It's what separates the pros from the super pros. But even at every level of the game, it's such an important decision. Snark told us to go, so we'll hit it here. And I mean, you see it and I love that from top level players, when they decide to sell the MCV, every play is in their back pocket and constantly running calculations of when it's the time to do it, and what you're going to lose and what you're going to get out of it. But especially as the Soviet player against Allied, you have to be looking for those opportunities early game, and you have to roll the dice. If you're questioning it, you got to still go for it, because as soon as the gaps come, the BFs come, the mirages come, it's just all of a sudden
if that's the kind of game you're going to get into, you need to be strategically prepared to get into that kind of game.
Yep, and as a Soviet player, it's very difficult. I mean, yeah, and unless you want to try to play that game, but then it's very difficult. So, and if you don't want to play that game, you better be looking to slow the Allied player down early, or you're going to end up in a gunfight with a knife, which is what ended up happening to going. But he did have that. He didn't use that back door. And the back door, it's kind of a unique feature, but players have seen the games enough now to know it. It might just not be coming to mind when they're in the heat of the moment. But these getting around the bottlenecks using these back doors can be really good. And I think we'll see him develop a little bit more over time. Okay.
He hesitated, and in a tournament, you can't hesitate.
Yep.
You can't hesitate.
Yep.
You will lose. You cannot hesitate, boys.
And so going, wanting to get aggressive here now, bringing this early base walk. I like that from him. He saw what happened when he sat back. So now he's going to bring the fight right to Zed. And Zed building into his corner. Zed usually likes these conservative builds, and I think as Allied, it's if he's going to play the game he's playing, it makes sense, protecting his assets early on.
So different approach here from top. He wants to play more aggressively. Zed appears to be having the same plan as before.
Yep.
So I think what you got to do here is you got to see if you can get some sort of lead, some sort of damage with your initial attack, and then transition and use your map control / the advantage that you developed to just get into an overwhelming position. So we're talking, the IC, industrial plant, control over the water, sea scorpions, dreadnoughts, and so on.
Yep. And we've seen Kirovs can get a lot done, mid late game. I mean, there's definitely things at your disposal, but it's important to get something done early on. And this Prism Tower just outranging these sentry guns. Prism Towers. Yeah, and so Zed has working against the map's design. Zed has built so conservatively that he is able to defend both of those things with the same defensive structures, which is the whole idea was to try to prevent that. But by doing that, Zed does put himself at a disadvantage. Zed has a massive liability in the back of his base right now. If one oil derrick goes, he will lose everything in his base. And that's
he should be going around the back now.
Paradrop top left. Paradrop top left. Go going sees it. Yep.
Truck. So the last thing he should be doing here is pushing down the same spot where all the prism towers are.
No reason to.
Oh God. Oh, build demo trucks, guys.
Oh, and Zed heads up. Here's the calling card. Gets out there and hits the demo truck. And it's the bullheaded way might not be the way, but if he can dive on an oil derrick, oh my goodness gracious, it will be a beautiful thing for going.
One oil derrick might kill everything.
It would literally destroy Zed's entire base.
His entire base would gone.
His entire base would go. MCV, AFC, War Factory, it would all go. But he's got the Grizzlies, he's got the Mirages, he's holding on. And another AFC now from Zed, position looking worse for going by the second. Going does have that panic button though if he can hit an oil in the back of his base.
pressing, but it looks like Zed's going to have enough to defend this here.
Yeah, and these
Mirage are here.
Mirages now, the Eagles.
X Prism's probably ready as well. There it is.
Yeah, Luke saying, yeah, he could build the oils right into his base and then and then light them like a fuse from his own base. That could work actually. Ooh, nice, and the Mirage is really like that bottleneck there, but he is able to buzz through, but now forced to pull back. Zed spots the opening now in the back of Go-Going's base
The
without
MCV
much.
kill.
Yep.
MCV kill. Just get the MCV kill. Target. Yep. Just get the MCV kill, and it's over.
Yep, and I don't think, yeah, Go-Going, yeah, well, Zed, I hit that one up a little too much. Zed, looking in a just higher class on this map right now. Zed had a very specific strategy, and Go-Going just didn't have a counter for it.
Yeah. Yeah. The
Player
time window and the opening was much smaller this time, so he's forgiven much more for not committing there. But I think there was a stage of the game where the play, I think, was to go Battle Lab, just straight Battle Lab.
Yep.
But you know, here at the commentary booth, you know, we can always say, you know, what you should have done.
Exactly. It's always always a little easier when you're not down there on the field. I know I'm always the woulda, coulda, shoulda guy. I forget. I never even play the game. I don't even know how to play the game, you know. But I do have a lot of opinions that I like to drop on people. All right, Monster and Osama. I'm a little concerned. I feel like we haven't
Not
seen
here?
I feel like we haven't seen Osama today, and I feel like he's mixed up time changes a few times before.
He's always lurking about, though. Mr. Osama. He's always lurking about. So Zed, with this strategy, going, couldn't quite, just wasn't sure exactly what to do. So Zed clearly more prepared. Kind of a big deal.
Yep.
Strategy.
Yep, and I think and you guys are seeing it. I mean, that's what it's all about, and seeing yeah, and it's interesting too because the longer the series, then the more strategies you have to have. You need to have a strategy, and then have a strategy for when they counter your strategy. But best of 3, you can kind of make it happen with a bread and butter strategy. But as you move through the tournament, like when it comes in the next bracket, Zed's may have to mix it up a little bit. We'll see if once people know what he's up to, you know. But in order to get there, though, we're going to need to find Osama. Okay, Monster's coming. Monster is coming.
Steve. The monster.
I know. I hate that I call him Monster, but I can't. If I switch between, I mess up. So I just have to commit to calling him Monster.
I'm sure he is not against being called monster.
I know, it's the same thing with like Legend, and the worst is Legend, uses all caps. So like every time I say it like he's like actually like I'm almost like Legend. Like I can't not say it like that. So it's this whole thing.
So we need a demonstration from someone how to beat this allied play. What's the best approach? This map, I think, is pretty clear with what the approach is, though.
Yeah. So the counter against the allied, like what Zed? If you were playing Zed, what would you be thinking, Frank? Talk me
It's
through
all
it.
about it's all about the water. It's all about naval.
Yeah. Yeah, like that.
Have you ever played a game where there's a bunch of dreadnoughts on your shores, Ivor? It's awful. It's awful, and it ends quickly. If you can get in a position where you have control of the water and you have a bunch of dreadnoughts, it's not going to be very fun for your opponent.
Yeah,
I think that's the idea going into the game. But you can't just go battle lab on 2 oils, right? You have to have an active early game, get something done in the early game, and then transition into it, and that is your winning idea, I think.
Yep, I think that makes sense. Yeah, the Navy. The Navy is just huge, and we haven't seen people fully take advantage of that.
The name of this map is all about the water. It's all about the water.
All right, so Root is filling in for Osama. All right, Root is taking over for Osama. Root's on his way right now. Monster seems to be in a big hurry. Monster said, I thought it was tomorrow. I said, Monster, unfortunately, it's today. And you happen to be the only person who should not be confused because you're in my time zone. Like, you're the only person who didn't have to do a calculation for when the tournament was. You live like. All right. So Root is on the way. Where's Root from again? I forget. Frank, do you know?
Root is from Finland, I believe. Scandinavian area.
Root.
So you looked up some chess openings recently, huh?
Yeah, I mean it's so funny. Like when you start, you're like, how do I play? And like I realize I've been playing chess my whole life, didn't know any. I was just like moving pieces, you know.
Uh, Openings, I mean, they're not that important.
Well, you gotta have something. You gotta have some kind
You
of
gotta have
plan.
something.
I mean, you can't just be
Yeah.
throwing, or at least having an idea of knowing what the other opponent's
Yeah.
doing, you know. All right, Monster and Root under the UN flag. I know he's from Finland. I don't got the flag. That's just how it is. Monster in red. Yeah, do you play some chess, Frank?
I've dabbled.
Yeah, it's yeah, so I actually really like I've been playing 1 minute chess and I really like it. Cause it's just like it's kind of just
It's
like
not chess. It's not chess anymore. If it's one bullet, man.
I mean, but the top guys, I mean, like 3 minute, like the top guys play 3 minute, you know, like 3 minutes, like a respectable evolution of the game. I think 1 minute on my phone at my level, you know, it's hard to say if it's really chess anymore. It's not really chess at my level. It could be chess, but the way that me and the other 500s play it, it's not chess.
It's really fun. I mean, I haven't played bullet in a long time, just because like I'm not good enough to come up with moves in less than a fraction of a second. They're like, you know what I mean? Like every move is a blunder if I got to come up with it in less than a second. You know?
Yeah, exactly. And I think the big thing is like the biggest thing is I'm not good enough. So like if you give me 10 minutes, if I'm playing a 15-minute game, Monster, choose your faction.
He's going random.
Yeah, the problem is if you give me a bunch of time, I've realized that I get really frustrated. I just have paralysis by analysis because I don't know the best move anyway. And then I just get really tilted. And then if I blunder, now I am committed to another 30 minutes playing without a queen. And the other guy's so bad, he's not going to drop the hammer. So I just get really frustrated. So then like I've just slowly evolved. I'm like, oh, 5 minutes fun, 3 minutes fun. Now I'm just smashing 1 minute. And you're absolutely right. I'm not becoming a better player. It's very hedonistic. But it's wildly entertaining for some reason. All right.
It's a blast. Yeah.
And I'm convinced too that people online in like 15-minute games, I'm just convinced everyone's cheating. So in 1 minute, I'm like, at least I'm not being cheated as I slowly melt my brain and accomplish nothing.
Player defeated.
All right. We got Monster in red in the bottom right, Root in yellow in the top left. Best of 3 preliminary match in this $40 tournament. Osama did not show up. We've had some confusion before on time changes, stuff like that. So Root is now replacing Osama. So we'll see. Root got his debut in Blitz the other day. Monster hasn't really played that much Blitz either. So we'll see how this looks.
Steve's in trouble already. You got to be prepared for this, guys. The GIs are coming.
The GIs are coming. Assume the GIs are coming.
They're coming. He's dead.
And
the third time we've seen this today?
Yeah, third time today. Yeah.
What else? So when you play chess, right?
Yeah.
One of the very first things you're thinking of in every situation is, what is the threat? Okay, I'm eating my words. That was
He targeted the
poorly.
Yep.
Poorly executed.
Targeted the oil instead of. Yep.
And of course, the most threatening thing is the threat itself. That's why you don't want to commit when you don't have to, right? You want to maintain the threat, keep the GIs alive, move them around, force sentry guns, go on top of the cliff, snipe the barracks, right? You send them in there. Now, next thing you know, instead he probably should have won the game there. Honestly, Steve was not prepared for that, but we move on. Steve is now in Very good position. Far, far from over. The Air Force Command is up for route.
AFC though, AFC in a dangerous spot. You putting the juicer right on the front lines like that, it's risky. It's gonna be the first building to go, and with it, money, his ability for Rockies, his ability for Prisms. The conscripts getting a lot of work done though. Nice spread of the conscripts there by Monster, and keep a nice little split. Running up on the top. Oh, whoa. I like looked away from a second and then something terrible happened to Monster. GI's up on that cliff. Oh, nice look from Root. Wow, this game has swung oddly multiple times.
Several times. What a game we're witnessing here, as I think both players are not familiar with Blitz, so they're both making this up as they go here. This is going to be a very, very interesting series.
Yep, yeah, yeah, that's for sure.
It has just been one overcommitment after the next.
Yeah.
I think the dust settles and Root comes out slightly ahead. More than slightly ahead. He's marginally ahead, certainly not in a winning position.
Root's broke though.
As the
Yeah, that's funny. One overcommitment after another.
Yeah, it's just been the exchanges of mistakes here. If we're going to be brutally commentary muscles about
Exchange and nice little prism fodder with those conscripts, but the prism walk is going to be devastating. Root doesn't have the money though to really drop the hammer with this prism walk, which is scary. Oh, those Eagles, though. No.
What's going on here? This is a fucking slammer-docker game one, boys. It is a slammer-docker.
Imagination. Thanks for the follow, man. Appreciate it.
Steve should just go to the other side. Steve. Oh, wait, the GIs are waiting for him.
Where is the flag track?
Team pushing through this. These prism towers are nightmarish.
And now the sniper out as well. Now Root coming into form a little bit, and Monster on 14K.
What's he been building?
I think pulling his hair out at the moment would be what he's doing.
Lab up as well. It's game one goes to the Allied. Snipers as well, because why not? Should be easy convert here for Root.
Yeah, the Prism tanks now, he's doing it the methodical way. Yeah. Oh, but what I was saying is, what I like about the Chinese players is they're like chess players. Like, they know as soon as they can't win, they just quit. Which is kind of nice for, like, you know, it's kind of nice, just like keeps things moving. Like when they do best of 13, they're just like, boom. You know, like as soon as they tip early on, they're just like, there's no way to convert this position. Boom, done, you know? And I kind of like that, you know? It's the same thing in chess when you're like, dude, come on, you're not going to win, but I'm not good enough to checkmate you. So we're just be pushing pieces around for the next 15 minutes. Like, but of course,
Save us.
Yeah. You never know, though, when someone's going to throw something, though.
I mean, yeah, there's a limit. It also depends on who your opponent is.
That's the big thing
Your
at a high
opponent is
level.
number 3 in the world.
That's
and you're down 6 miners and 4 war factories. It's like, resign, just quit.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and I guess that's the big part of it. You really need to know your opponent because yeah, Root, it's fast. Root, you just played the other day, man. Come on. Yeah, Monster says I keep forgetting to build tanks and buildings. Root's like, yeah, it's fast as fuck. Trial by fire in the Blitz pit today. A lot of new faces. I know, and I really need to. People be like, I don't want to play in your stupid format. All you do is sit in the booth and make fun of everybody. To be fair, I really do appreciate. We got 11 players out here today, the vast majority of which have not played in a Blitz show match before, maybe haven't played Blitz before. So I do really appreciate everyone coming out and putting on a show with the new format. It's good to get some new faces in here. Can't have Zed versus Ed every weekend. Although that is fun.
And we need a demonstration from the Soviets here. We have not seen the Allies go down.
Yeah.
At all. Yeah.
Allied.
At least I have not seen the Allies go down at all. Soviets are getting their asses handed to them here. So we need an adjustment. We need a demonstration. Steve, show us how it's done.
Yep. That's right. Yeah, you're right. Allied has definitely been looking super, super strong. Imagination, the best at 1v1, Woody. Go on the YouTube, pull up the Woody match. Woody's the best.
Yeah, are we talking humans? Are we talking aliens? Are we talking AI? Like,
If it counts. We don't know for sure.
we're not sure what he is.
It's like being in a knife fight with an octopus. There's just like, what do you do?
Not sure what's going on, but you're losing. That's all you know is you're losing the fight. Totally different strategy here from Root. Completely different strategy. Early Air Force Command, early Sniper. Okay, early Prison Tower.
Oh, and a Navy SEAL.
Steel. He's a War Factory. He's only got
Navy
2
SEAL.
oils.
The Navy SEAL in the lake. Wait, oh, going up to help out with the conscripts, but in the bunker now. Is able to save the SEAL.
Yep. So Steve should be completely winning here. They both only have 2 oils.
Steve,
So I think this
completely
clearly-
winning for Steve right now, huh? Yeah.
No. He's got 3 oils to 2. And I guess in a low eco situation, when you're trying to pump out this much,
Yep. Both players broke.
kind
Yeah.
of fucked.
Yeah, it's sort of. I mean, like the front line warfare is expensive. You know. Oh, taking advantage of that cliff. Looks like only one Rhino can get it though. But the GGIs can shoot up.
So it's very clear they are new to Blitz. I am as well, but you know,
Yeah.
I've watched a bunch of games here. We're seeing the experienced players are building quite a few oils pretty early. So 3 oils doesn't look like it's going to cut it at this stage, so you got to build more.
Yep. Take notes, guys. Take notes. And it is best of 3, so ooh, one Rhino out of position loses it. Yep. Nice pillbox on the cliff there from Root. And no anti-air. Now an Eagle out. Rocky getting some chip damage in. Flak track now to counter.
Yeah, low eco situations. These free troops are.
Yeah, that's a great point. Yeah, the paradrop becomes much more valuable the less low eco situations.
Steve desperately trying to hold on here. He has 4 oils to his name, which is 1 less than his opponent. Adds the 5th one, ties it up in that regard, but I mean, the free paradrop comes down, bunkers up the right side, the naval yard
And
comes
the naval
down.
yard. And the destroyers can do some work from the shore here. Root's economy coming to form just slightly. You never know if that's because of right decisions or wrong decisions at this point in the game. You either have money because you're doing something right or wrong. Destroyer going to come in range of the sentry gun, though. Needs to be careful here. Gonna just lose that
This
destroyer.
War Factory is going to go down. 2 destroyers and a Black Eagle is going to be able to take it out.
Yep. Oh, and that'll be nice. That is. And Monster not in a position to build another one. Forced to sell it. Another oil out from Monster, so that gives him a little chunk of change. But
He's got no War Factory. He's a goner, and Root's teched up behind this. Prison towers on both sides. The next paradrop should be ready soon, and it's 2-0 Root.
Steve busy microing a dog.
Precision micro. Aircraft
You
carrier
need that
added.
dog was about to go off though. Prism tanks, aircraft carriers. Root says I don't want to play in the tournament. Then he comes busting in. He's the freaking ringer, knocking Monster out. Yeah, to be fair, it sounds like Monster thought the tournament was tomorrow. And it's looking like maybe today was his day to practice.
Yeah, some economic
Yep.
economic inexperiences here, but that's his life.
Such is life. That's what it's all about. Trial by fire. That's what it's all about around here.
Oh jeez. These prison tanks are
Player
just pooping.
defeated.
Just
Oh, and Root takes her home.